whenever that happens. It's really frustrating. That's like the worst possible thing to happen. Especially like an hour and a half into the stream. Because now we have to like build up the stream all over again. It's a bit unfortunate. It's whatever though. Welcome back everyone. Just the internet cut out. I apologize everyone. Internet cut out. Alrighty. Should we just restart TikTok? Yeah, I say we restart TikTok too. All right, everyone. We're just gonna hit a restart on the TikTok. We'll be right back. Click on the TikTok in the top left. Click the profile picture. Click it again, and then just refresh on the account. We'll be right back, everyone. Alrighty, what's up, everyone on YouTube? Welcome back. Really annoyed that the internet just decides to cut out like that because it's gonna cause a bunch of people to not come back to the stream. But I guess there's nothing I can do about it. So let's wait for my stream to go back. There we go. All right, already back in. Let me hit the repost. Alrighty. Well, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Let me make sure everything's completely set up. Alrighty. There we go. Alrighty, we have everything fully set up again. We'll get the debates going on here in a second, everyone. I do apologize for the stream going away. I do apologize. There's nothing I can do about my internet. I have to like literally move to be able to fix it, and it works normally most of the time. It just like will randomly cut out like that, and there's literally nothing I can do about it. Lady Sorella, thank you so much for the 5 membership subscriptions. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty, everyone. We are going to get the debates going up here. Do give us a quick second. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed here on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
24.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Election roll today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Well, first off, why do you have to hit a restart?
Well, because my internet just cut out randomly.
Yeah, I know, but that didn't affect, like, you were still online.
Oh, you mean on TikTok?
Yeah.
The algorithm gets mixed up after you have a time in the live stream where, like, essentially it causes a bunch of people to leave because of the fact that I wasn't here and debating people. So I did that to refresh the algorithm.
You need more views to be able to debate?
It's preferable to have more people in the stream if my goal is to convince more people. Yes.
It's just more bots, no?
No, it's all people. If it were bots,
Well,
why didn't I just get up to the same number right away? Why does it take time
look at
for
all
it to
the
build
bots
up?
that just post the same comments back to back to back.
What comments?
Literally everybody's comments are like the exact same.
Yeah, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
Look, there's
beep,
a guy
boop.
saying,
Oh my
I'm a
God.
bot
Look at all
right
the
now.
bots. Look at all the bots, everybody. Look at those bots in the chat. Beep boop, beep boop. Look at all those bots in the chat.
And
they're all
honestly,
beep
that
booping,
restart
everybody.
did nothing. You
Beep
had more
boop.
viewers before.
Yeah, it takes a second for it to load, bro. I'm less than 3 minutes started into the stream.
You can't get that many
Like, do you think that
viewers.
they're all bots? So why doesn't it come back right away if it's bots? And if it's bots, why do I
Because
need
you
to
have to
restart?
pay for them. You have to pay for them. And they load in slowly.
Wait, if it was bots, why did they leave the live when I stopped streaming? Like when the internet cut out, why wouldn't they stay in the live? He
It
just debunked
probably
himself.
It probably
He
goes to
just
the
debunked
next
himself
live.
without realizing.
It probably goes to the next live, is what it does.
No, because I was still live. Remember?
No. It was all glitched out. They probably had to go to the next
So by the
live.
way, you must have been one of those bots because you were in the stream watching.
I'm one of those bots, yeah.
Yeah, you are. You are one of those
You
bots.
got me.
True.
You
You are
got
one
me.
of those bots.
Anyways, I'm gonna turn you MAGA after this.
No, you're not.
You don't think so?
No, you literally just came on the live and called my viewers bots. Like, there's no way you're a sentient, rational human being.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. You literally debate the same like 5 people all the time.
No, I
You
don't.
bring up the same 2 talking points.
I do not debate the same 5 people. I don't bring up the
When you
same 2
start
talking
losing,
points.
you literally just bring up anything about Trump just to pivot away from.
I talk about a bunch of different topics all the time. Like today, we're talking about the fact that Trump started war with Iran because that's what happened. Do I typically talk about that on the live stream?
That's a good thing.
Is the live stream always about foreign policy? No, it's not always just about foreign policy. So you understand that
No,
we
you
actually
always
are
bring up
talking
you
about
always bring up
different
that
things.
he's on the Epstein list, this and that,
He
but you
is.
have no proof.
He is. He's been credibly accused by a minor in the Epstein files, and that's why they literally have
There's
been scrubbing.
accused.
The DOJ has scrubbed.
Accused and being
So then why is
proven
the
is 2 different things.
So why is the DOJ scrubbing 3 of the interviews that they had with them when they
Where's
speak
your
about
proof
their
on that?
allegations of Trump? The
Where's
NPR
your proof?
investigation that was conducted that demonstrated that to be true.
Where's your proof?
I just told you. The NPR investigation that demonstrated that to be true.
If there was anything incriminating in those files against
Do
Trump,
you
it
see
would
how
have
he
already
doesn't address
gotten
what I
out.
said after I provided evidence for it? Do you want to respond to that, buddy?
You have no evidence.
I
Those
just
are
gave you
literally
evidence,
just coming.
buddy.
Those are just
I
coming
just
from
told
your
you
thoughts.
an NPR investigation. Would you think that's fake news?
That is fake news.
Okay, what does NPR stand for?
Fake news.
You don't know? What does NPR stand for?
Non-political Republicans. I don't know.
No. Try again. Let's see how many times it takes.
I would just call it fake news.
No. What does it stand for? Keep trying.
I would just call it Democratic fake news.
Democratic fake news.
Is that not what it stands for?
It stands for National Public Radio, dude. It's supposed to be non-biased.
I was pretty
That's like
fucking
the basis
close.
of it.
That was the same
That is the
thing.
basis of it, is that it's non-biased.
No, it's bias. That's all you listen to is the bias shit.
So you understand that I provided you evidence. You just say it's fake news because it disagrees with you. That means you're biased, not me. Look into a mirror, buddy.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, because you're so deluded and manipulated into believing bullshit by your conspiracy theory Oompa Loompa.
You guys
By
see
Mango
too much
Mussolini.
online and you think it's all real. Like, you guys don't listen to Trump, the one who's literally telling you all the facts.
What
You
facts?
guys just listen to the news.
Tell me what facts? You said that windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. He said that the climate is going to start cooling and science just doesn't know it yet. Tell me what facts.
Dude, you don't listen to the facts. That's a problem. You just
I'm asking you, what facts?
You
Tell
literally
me
only go for
facts.
the negatives. You only go
What
for
are
the
what are the
negatives.
facts that Mango Mussolini has told the public?
You're delusional, man. I feel
You're
bad
about,
for you.
I feel like you're about to run away because you don't have a response, bud.
I'm not running away.
So what facts has Mango Mussolini spread to the public?
I'm not talking about Mango Mussolini.
We are. You're using your
No.
profile picture.
No. No.
You have no response? He can't answer
I
that.
have tons of responses.
Oh, looks like you're the actual bot.
You're the bot. What do you mean?
Hell,
You're
actually,
literally-
I think if I
you
was
say
debating
things on
ChatGPT,
repeat.
hell, if I
You're
was
literally-
debating ChatGPT right now,
You're
it'd be giving me a
always
better
on
argument.
repeat.
Actually, unironically, you're dumber than a bot. If I was debating ChatGPT or
Don't
AI right
mute
now,
me.
it'd
Don't
be
be a
giving me a
little
better
bitch
argument.
about it.
I'm actually not trolling. I'd be getting a better argument right now from ChatGPT.
Hell no, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't, because ChatGPT, you always complain, oh, it's not real. It's not real.
What is not real?
Oh, even people bring up ChatGPT shit. You're like, oh, no, yeah, those facts aren't real. Those facts aren't real.
It's not demonstrating of what's true in all circumstances, but it's better than you are.
No.
Like, dude, it would. I guarantee, if an AI, like I've talked to them before, there are people that come up with these AI voices, and it sounds pretty similar, and it's hard to kind of tell sometimes.
Should I do that?
And I mean, it would be better than what you are doing right now.
Bullshit.
I'm not trolling. You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Okay,
You're a
then give me an
grifter.
argument. I'm a grifter.
You are.
Well, Jamie, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you from the
Jamie
bot.
for
I really
$3.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank
Do
you.
you
Give
have
some
a
W's for
$100
them.
donation at least? I'm trying to get you some money right now.
Are you trying to help me grift?
Shh, don't
Jaded, thank
tell
you for the
anybody.
$25. Thank
We
you so much. I
set this
appreciate it.
up
Bethany,
before
thank you
the
for the
live,
dollar.
guys.
Oh, I
We
did?
did.
Really? Really? Because I'll kick you right
Parker,
now.
don't lie.
Okay, I'll kick you right now. I did not set it up with you, you dumbass. Who the fuck are you? Like, what? Who the fuck are you? Thank you for the Galaxy Club. Thank you so much, Melissa. He calls me a grifter, but he's not willing to call Trump a grifter, by the way. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Oh, am I really on here? Is this real?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no. So I'm 42.
And do you support Trump?
I do.
Election were
For
held today.
sure.
Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Yeah, no, Trump for sure.
Okay, why do you
And
support
if
Trump?
yeah, well, we can talk about. So it's funny when we talk about somebody like AOC, right? I listened to her speak, and I'm somebody who I grew up in California. I feel like I was kind of forced to be something that maybe is good or bad. Like I'm a moderate to the core, and I vote for what I feel is going to benefit myself and others, right? And that can be something that can be debated, but that's not, the point that I was trying to make. But I enjoy the skill that is communication. I enjoy what you do, even though, you don't always say the things that I necessarily believe. But when I listen to somebody like AOC on the world stage speaking, like I have the comment of if she was, and this is going to be a hot take, just so you know, I feel really bad saying it, but like if AOC was saying the same things that she was, and she was a 60-year-old from Minnesota, people would laugh at her and make fun of her. And that's a crazy hot take. And
No, I
I
think
would
that
like,
she would be taken more seriously because people are bigoted in our society.
I think the opposite. I think we would think she was more of a joke. Like
Yeah,
she
I
has
mean,
more
isn't
of
she
the,
isn't she taken less seriously because she's younger? There's a lot of people who are older that
no,
do
she's
that. Like,
taken
I just
more
want to be very clear with
seriously.
you.
No, she's taken more seriously because she's beautiful, right? That's the point of the hot take that I was making, which I know is kind of a sensitive conversation. But if she was 60 years
Couldn't you say the
old,
same thing for Gavin Newsom?
he's an absolute joke. I lived in San Francisco
But I'm
for
just
my
saying, no, hold
entire
up, pause.
life.
Can you address my point? I didn't ask you about living in San
No,
Francisco or anything like
I
that.
didn't hear your point. I didn't hear your
Wouldn't the
point.
same
So
thing
go
be true
ahead.
about Gavin Newsom because he's conventionally attractive, that he's
Yep.
treated better in society? Like, that's just like I'm confused what this point is.
No, the point is that I
It's
think
kinda
Gavin
dumb.
Newsom's comments are also a joke because of like, why are we talking about how good his hair is, right? Like that's not what I run businesses for a living and I want to get things done. So I'm not about like, so are you saying you're about the appeal and the attraction and what is presidential and what isn't? Like there's a certain
No,
point
you
where it's
brought
like
this
things
up. You
need to
brought
get
this up.
done.
You
I
brought this
did.
up.
I
So,
did.
and I'm just simply responding. If you're saying that people being conventionally attractive makes them be treated better, then can't you say
Yep.
the same thing about Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, and they're
So
both
how is that
bad. So I don't get.
unique to AOC? What's this point?
No, it's the same thing with Gavin Newsom. Again, they're both bad. They're both bad, right? Like they both speak.
I don't think that
They
AOC's
both.
bad.
Well, no, not bad, but like bad for like what I feel like is running a business or running a country. Like they are all about they're emotional based, right? Emotions based.
I disagree
And
with you. I think Trump is emotion based.
okay, give me an example of that because he's
Yeah, he
emotion
said that
based
windmills
related
were
to
causing
making.
whales to die in numbers never seen before. He said that if
Who's
Jesus were the vote
crying
counter in
and who's
California, that
crying?
he would have won the vote. He said that we
And
should
who's
look into
crying for
disinfectant by
those
injection to
emotions?
fight COVID-19. I don't know why you're not letting me finish.
No, go ahead.
He said that we
Go
should
ahead.
look into
Sorry.
disinfectant by injection to fight COVID-19.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go into a million things
But how is that emotion based?
because
That's
it's not based
called.
on facts. He said that the climate's going to start cooling. Science just doesn't know it yet. That's all based on emotion, not facts.
And we can talk about, okay, let's talk about like something with AOC related or anything that's potentially Democrat related. Like the lack of standing up during the Oval Office speech, right? Like, so we're talking about no, like for sure though. Like, do you want to I want to take care of everybody, right? Like, but do we have the ability to do so? And if we do, like, I want
Yes.
that. right? We
We
do.
do have the ability to. We just have to tax rich and wealthy income
But
individuals
no
in this
one's been
country
able
in
to
terms
do
of the
it.
capital gains that specifically isn't taxed at the same rate as individual income tax, right?
But no one's
Alongside
been
being,
able. Okay, you can say that, but no one's been able to do it. Like the Democrats or the Republicans have not been able to make everybody happy, right? So at some point, you have to get to a level of like, I need to take care of my own and my people. And if I went, and I'm not even like, I'm not somebody who I'm literally engaged to an immigrant who's worked hard to be able to get here. Like I'm not that guy to be like, I'm not the MAGA guy. I'm just the guy who's the moderate, who's kind of leaning towards what and again, I'm the guy who's like a realist, and I don't really think that what you are specifically talking about right now is real for progress within this country continuing to be the world power, right? Like I'm somebody who is a capitalist. I'm somebody who's created businesses and created jobs, so I appreciate the ability to continue to do that, but I also like respect the opportunity to be able to have everybody, be part of this amazing country that we live in. Like I'm proud of this country, right? And I feel like, even talking about like, I'm not a hockey guy. I watched the Olympic hockey game, and there's so much drama after that, right? Like men versus women, and Trump was involved, and Patel was involved, and like I'm like, dude, this is the best country in the world. Where else would you want to live? Please tell me where else you would want to live other than
what
this
metric
country.
are we the best
right?
in?
Again, tell me what country you would rather live in.
I just
Parker.
want to hear that answer first.
Like
What metric are we the best in?
I'm assuming you're making 9 figures in this country or 6 figures. Like what other country would you want to live in? No, I'm being serious. Tell me what country you'd want to live in,
I
right?
think I'm making 9 figures is crazy, by the way.
Okay,
What?
6 figures, 9 figures, you can round up, it's high
9
six.
figures is crazy, dude. I'm sorry. Whoa. But, dude, I'm asking you a question and you're not answering the question. What is better about our country? And also, by the way, I would rather live in this country because my family's here. I want to live where my family is.
100%. And you don't
But I
think it's
live
the
in
greatest
California,
country in the
so
world, though? You don't think it's the greatest country in
no,
the
I
world?
don't. Can you tell me what
Well,
metric we're the
give me.
best in?
We're the best in opportunity to be able to what you just said.
Wrong. There's higher social mobility in the Scandinavian countries. There's higher social mobility in many places in Europe. I can go to the social mobility index. Do you want me to read off all the countries that are higher us
No,
in
and again, I'm
in terms
not
of
I'm
social
not that
mobility?
guy. I'm the guy who can read a room. I'm the guy who understands patterns, and I can tell you that
Okay, so
we are
then
the
can you
greatest.
understand the pattern of
So
the
why
social mobility index indicating
then
that?
why are then
Okay.
why are so many people coming here? Because we are the greatest country in the world, and we want to be able to take care of them, and we
All right,
can't.
watch this. Watch
Unfortunately.
this. I'm going to tell
Yeah,
you
go.
all the countries that are above the U.S. in social mobility: Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, Netherlands,
And
Switzerland,
guess what?
Belgium,
I've been
Austria,
to
Luxembourg, Germany, France, Slovenia, Japan, Canada, Australia, Ireland,
and
Malta, Czechia, Singapore, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Estonia, Portugal, South Korea, Lithuania, and then the United States.
and guess what? How many of those countries have you been to, bro? Because I've been to maybe half of them, and I can tell you I would
I'm just
not
telling
wanna
you what
live
the
there.
social mobility
I'm
index
just-
is. So, what are we the best at? Name one single metric we are number one at that you think makes us the best country in the world.
I just told you it was the opportunity to be able to come here
Wrong.
and be able to create something, right?
Wrong. That's just
the whole
not true,
point.
though. Social
Okay,
mobility
then-
is higher
then-
in those countries.
Let's talk about the people who have created things in this country. Let's talk about those people, because that's reality, right? Like you're talking about numbers and stats. Like let's talk about
Yeah,
people
that's
who
what's
built things
relevant.
here.
Is that not for the average person? Isn't that what's relevant in terms of their ability to be able to move up the social ladder?
No, and
That's like the best metric that you could possibly
your
use.
Your party has been speaking that for a while, and you haven't been able to do it, right? So
Here's
it
the
gets to a
galaxy.
point. It gets to a point where it's like, what are we
We
going
have
to
to
do?
a greater
Like,
extent. We have to a greater extent. You understand that Democrats' policy has led to better conditions in terms of immigration. Democrats' policies led to better conditions in terms of healthcare access, education access, wages in this country. You understand that, right?
but there's a
And that
lot of
Republicans have
unintended,
been trying to reverse that.
because there are unintended consequences, right, that have happened from what you may perceive as what you said was, progress, right? And now we're trying to deal with unintended
It's ironic that you
consequences.
talk about negative externalities when Donald Trump's cutting the EPA by 40%, which limits our ability to address negative externalities and regulate them so that there are more benefits for society as a whole, given that the regulations imposed than costs implemented by the regulation.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not reading off ChatGPT or the
I'm not
internet
reading
right
off
now.
ChatGPT either. That's off the top of my head because I took
No,
an
and that's good. Like
environmental
you
economics
got
course in college.
no, I'm saying like, so I'm not like a disbeliever in anything related to global warming, but I also think like we talked about global warming in the 1960s and 70s, and it was always something that was a conversation. It was like called ecology, and now it's global warming, and now it's global climate. And it's always something that people like children are now afraid of the world ending in like the next
Yeah,
what?
because you are
Yeah,
supporting
when is the
people
world
that
ending though?
deny
Tell me.
science
No,
and put
no,
us in
no,
a
no, no.
worse
Tell me.
circumstance for human
No,
survival
no,
in the
no.
future.
I don't deny science, but tell me when the world is going to end, right? Because
Joshua,
no
think of the
one
flying
really
jets. It's
knows.
not that the world's going to end; it's that it's going to be worse off for human survival.
Yeah, okay.
This
And
is a
then
this
we
is a
had a vice
straw man
president.
of the climate change activists.
We had a vice president who made billions of dollars writing books and making movies on this conversation. And he had
Billions?
a date. He had
You
a
mean you
date.
mean
He had a date though, right? What was his date? Because that date didn't happen, right?
so? By the way, Al Gore making claims is not a climate scientist making claims. Do you understand the distinction?
Okay, and we can talk about a similar conversation, but slightly
Wait, can
different.
you
Like,
acknowledge that? Can you acknowledge that that's not the same?
yeah, but I can also acknowledge it's fear mongering
How? How
because
is it
I'm
fear mongering
afraid
for us to
if
acknowledge climate sciences? Are you saying
no,
Al Gore
because
was engaging in fear mongering?
he had a date, right? So if I'm
Are
somebody who
you saying
believes
Al Gore is engaging in fear mongering? Is that what you're trying to say?
if he gave me a drop dead date, then like yeah, I'm scared, right? I'm not having kids. I'm
Sure,
not
sure,
creating population.
sure, but
I'm
like
not
I'm
right.
sorry, but like that's not relevant to today. That was like 25 years ago.
And it continues, right? It continues, and because you were
That
giving the
what
other side of it, right? You
did
were
I give you
saying
a
this is
year?
no. I would like to hear your year though.
I don't have a year.
Again, because we shouldn't be scared, right? We should always be
We
trying to do
should
better.
because you want to know why we should? Because we're not doing anything right
Okay.
now because
You
Trump denies science in the fucking Oval Office. We should be
okay,
scared
you
because
want
we're
to
not
talk
even
about
dude, it's like he's not listening.
no, no, I am listening, but we need to talk about China if we're talking about global warming. We
China's
don't
addressing
need
it to a greater extent than the US right now.
and what's their drop dead date or year? It doesn't exist. That's what I'm
Dude,
saying.
why
Like
do you keep hyper fixating on that? That's not a thing. Stop focusing on that. That's not a real thing. No one
what
says
isn't a
that in
thing?
realistic terms. Fucking
What
Al
isn't a
Gore, I don't
thing?
care if Al Gore said it 20 years ago. I genuinely has no fucking meaningful impact on any position I have, has no meaningful
Okay.
impact on any person in the live stream's position. Can you address our position instead of fucking getting angry at literally Al Gore
I'm not
25
angry
years
though.
ago?
But he was your party, and that was your conversation as far as what has created a conversation for continued growth within that space. I want to be better. I always want to be better, right? Like I'm somebody who enjoys that. But how do you define something that hasn't happened and potentially it could obviously it's happening, right? It's happening. We're living and breathing it, right?
And
But are
Donald Trump said the
we
climate's going to start cooling and science just doesn't know it yet. And you care more about the fact that Al Gore, literally how fucking long ago did that, right? Versus Donald Trump, what he's saying right now about the climate.
Yeah, because I do think it's like a half joke, like as far as what is an issue
No,
within, like
he's
again,
cut the EPA by 40%. He thinks
no, no,
climate
no.
change is a
I don't,
hoax.
I don't think that's a half joke. I think the fear mongering is a half joke. Like I think it's real, right? Like, okay, what's your current leadership talking about as far as a timeline or opportunity to be able to resolve or like let's talk more like you guys hated on the guy who created the electric vehicle. We were like, and that was like a minute. It was like 10 minutes we were burning Teslas. And that guy's a billionaire who's created so many jobs. So we can talk about that too. But it's like it's
That guy
funny because
begged to be on the island. I don't know why you defend that billionaire because that billionaire is a horrible person.
again, okay, we're talking about the island. I'm talking about like again, in 20 years, people are going to be laughing, saying the Democrats wanted better opportunities for the environment. And there was this guy who came along and developed and gave away technology for
He
electric
didn't do that.
cars,
He didn't do that. He
right?
literally he
And then
bought
they
Tesla.
burn those
He
cars.
bought
They burn
Tesla.
those
He
cars.
bought Tesla. He didn't invent Tesla. He didn't invent electric cars. He didn't do jack shit for that. He's an investor. Okay?
And so
He's
you
an
don't
investor
like
that's
you
portrayed
don't
himself as Tony Stark because it inflates their stock price.
okay, do you know what somebody who becomes a billionaire and creates jobs and creates commerce is? It's exactly what you said. And is that a bad thing? Because if it is a bad thing, I don't want to live in
He's
this
not
country.
creating the jobs.
I
The
don't want to
market and
live in
demand for consumer products is what's creating the jobs.
He's the guy who's hiring the people to make the decisions to
Yeah, he's
create
coordinating it. He's
jobs.
coordinating it,
And
but
if,
inevitably that
again,
comes from the demand.
if that's bad, I don't want to live in this country. And I feel like we are the best country because that is an opportunity to be able to continue to, again, grow and create jobs. And again, he's somebody who was
If you want
doing
to create
your
jobs,
narrative.
I don't know why you'd support the candidate that led to the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years. And if you want more EVs, why would you want tariffs on all the EVs?
Well, with the yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of tariffs. I live in that world, and I'm trying to claw back a lot of tariffs. And I'm not saying anything is good related to that to help the economy. But no, I mean, every president. But if you're saying that, what are you saying? The worst thing that Trump has done? You're saying tariffs? That's been a short-term gain that potentially will, not be good in, the
Well, I
mid,
mean, if you want to
longer
talk about
term.
worst thing he's done, he pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers. He called them patriots. He's credibly accused by a minor in the Epstein files and is scrubbing the Epstein files of those interviews about him.
Again, I don't want to run this country like I want to run this country like a business, and that's my mindset. And how many people who run businesses that are multi-billion-dollar companies are not the best? So yeah, I wouldn't want to have a beer with Donald Trump. But I also, if I had to make
I
a
don't
quick
think he's better for
decision-
the economy. There's no good evidence for that. I have an economics degree, right? And basically no economist would agree with you that he's better for the economy. Basically every metric has gotten worse since Trump's got in office because of his tariff policy.
No, I mean, I can hear that. I know, I get it. I feel it. But I can only imagine what it would be like under a different administration, right? And that's the scary part.
Yeah,
like,
and
I know that
it
things
would be
aren't
better
good.
off. It would literally be better off.
Yeah, okay. And that's, I guess, an opinion because it's not
No,
something we
it's
can
because we know how tariffs operate.
Not reality.
We
right?
literally know how tariffs operate. Crazy Horse, thank you for the you're amazing.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a great conversation. And again, I've tried to be able to bug you a little bit here and there, and I know.
Wait, but like, let me establish my point though, because like again, Trump's worse for the economy. This isn't very controversial, right? From an economic perspective, right? Just because he's a business person and he's making money from the position of the presidency by conning people, that is not evidence that he would better the country. That's kind of just evidence that he's acting in corrupt manners.
Yeah, I mean, from like again, I'm not speaking on the whole. I'm speaking on my personal reality. My 401k's up. I'm
at a lower rate than what it was under the last year under Biden.
No, well, okay, maybe, yeah, but no. In general, I'm just saying, like, I voted for Obama twice. I voted for Biden once. Like, I'm not that guy to be like I'm wearing the MAGA hat. I'm just in a point in my life where I don't like to hear word salad and feel like it's all conversations about feelings.
So what you're not understanding is Trump was the one that said incoherent shit. You can't say anything that Kamala Harris said that was incoherent. Literally nothing.
Okay.
She was completely coherent. She made total sense. People literally just say this because it's a common narrative. There's no evidence for this. There's no clips that they can point to. There's literally nothing. Yeah, and I bet those clips made sense, and you don't even look.
No, not even clips. Not even clips. Like,
which
I watched
ones? The only
all
one
of
that
them
I can
live.
point to where I'm like, ooh, that's kind of rough to watch is literally the one where she's specifically saying that she will do the same thing as Biden. That's it. That's not like incoherent though.
The only one, like I've
Yeah,
watched
the only
all
one.
of
There's
her-
like nothing
okay,
else.
let's
Like
even
what
talk
else?
About debates. Like, okay, I don't watch her. I don't watch anybody who I've seen on the Democrat Party, which again makes me feel like I'm not the guy who continues to roll with the Republican Party, but I feel really scared for the Democrats to be able to compete in the next election, right? Because who is there? We're talking Gavin Newsom and his hair. That was what you talked about, was like the top selling point, right?
No,
Like
I
I
didn't.
grew up in
I
San
my
Francisco.
candidate is not Gavin Newsom even. I brought that
Okay,
up because you literally said that AOC has an advantage because she's considered
but
conventionally
he's the
attractive.
front runner. He's the front runner, right? From polls, right? So how are you going to
Yeah,
change
slightly. That's
that?
not that's not who I want to be the
How are
candidate.
you going to change that? That's your job. That's why you get paid
There's
six
a
or nine
while.
figures, right? Like you're supposed
You're
to
not
change that.
listening. You're not
I know.
listening.
I'll calm down. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I prefer someone like Ro Khanna or AOC. I do think that if we're gonna pick a moderate, that Buttigieg is better than Newsom, by far. Like Pete is so much better than Newsom if we're picking a moderate. I've said that.
And I like Pete.
Would you vote for Pete over Trump?
Probably not. And I'm going to say another hot take, just because I've been in a situation similar. I have a child, and I know that he was the transportation. Like, what was his title? He was the
Transportation
not.
secretary.
Yeah, there you go. And he took like 9 months off of work to be able. And again, I want to live in a country where that's normal, and I feel really bad saying it, but I didn't do that, and I didn't have that privilege to do that. I went back to work. So for somebody to, and again, it's again that this is a really hot take, I guess. But I'm somebody who likes transparency and conversation and openness, and yeah, no, I look at the complete, yeah, no, so yeah, he took a lot of time off to be able to raise his adopted child, and that's really bad. I'm saying that now that I'm saying it out loud, but I didn't do that, and
That's
I
not
wish I.
like bad though that he did that. So
It's
like
not
I'm confused.
bad.
How is
It's
that
not
bad?
bad, but it's not the person who I want running our country, right? That's I'm
Okay. How
like
much
I
time did he
don't.
take off?
I think he took like you can look it up. I have no idea, but way more than the average, way more than I took off, way more like paternity leave, right? Like I live in the state of Massachusetts now, so I moved from California to Mass, and we just increased like
He
six
took 2
months.
months of paid parental leave.
That's a long time to run a country. To take 2 months off, that means you got to have a good VP, right?
Yeah, you're gonna sound pretty crazy
I know,
to most
but I'm
people
just
by saying that he's fucking crazy for as the transportation secretary to
which
take
means he
off
does
8
nothing.
weeks
He can
of
take
paid
2 months
parental
off,
leave
right? Yeah,
to
he
take
does
care of
nothing.
a
Yeah,
newborn.
yeah. So he does nothing. And again, most people can't do that, right? Like, let's talk about most people who are
So let me just clarify.
on this call, right?
We believe in paid maternity and paternity leave in the Democratic Party. I hope you know that.
I agree with that too, 100%. Yeah.
By the
But
way,
what I'm saying is, most of
this
the
is
people who are
2
listening
weeks.
on this
How
call,
much is
that's not
Vance taken
reality.
off? How much is Vance taken off?
Yeah, I don't know. We can look it up, right? Yeah, I guess I would be interested. Um, Golfing can be considered an opportunity for negotiation and continued growth, but no, I mean, I get it. I get it. Again, I'm going back to the realist part of
So Vance has taken
that.
8 vacations in his first 7 months.
No, I know. And then Obama, how many times? How many
Dude!
times? How many times was Obama
A
in
summer
Hawaii,
vacation,
right?
August 2025. Vance took
And
a
then
high-profile 10-day private trip with his family to the United Kingdom. There was India and Italy in April 2025, where the vice president was accompanied by his wife Usha and the 3 children. The trip featured a trip to the Taj Mahal and the Vatican. For tourism, there were weekend breaks throughout 2025. They went to Disneyland.
yeah.
He returned home to Cincinnati. His name is actually led to this him being called Vacation Vance.
Yeah, and Obama was similar, I know. And that's the other thing too. I'm curious about how you feel about the wealth that a lot of politicians, I'm not saying a specific party, has been able to obtain. Like, okay, you got Obama, who's now like not writing books but producing movies for Netflix. He has multiple homes. He's
Wait, I'm
on.
sorry. Wait, why are we pivoting to this? We're talking about
No,
the
because
next
I
candidate that
agree.
could be like you brought up Newsom and Buttigieg. So why can't I bring up Vance? Vance
No,
has
you
literally
can't.
been going to Disneyland with his family and gone on 8 vacations in less than a fucking year. That dude, you cannot tell me that makes sense and that the average person can do that. But the average person wouldn't take fucking 2 months off for their newborn.
No, I
Like,
agree.
I
If
think
you
that's
have-
more likely. I think it's more likely to take 2 months off for your newborn than it is to take fucking 8 vacations in 7 months.
but that's the whole point.
Are you
People
kidding
can't
me,
take-
dude? 8
People
vacations
can't
in 7
take-
months. There's practically no Americans that are doing that.
Well, yeah, there could be a long weekend, right? Which isn't like 2 months, right? Like, so 8 vacations
1 to
doesn't
10
mean 2
days.
months.
1 to 10 days.
Okay, so some of
But
those could
that's
have been
8
1
times
day.
in 7 months. Whereas over a 4-year period, you have him for 8 consecutive weeks. Again, 2 months off, taking for
Okay,
literally his newborn.
This is like the tariffs.
Zach,
that
thank you
sat
so much
on
for the
top-
$20. For what about Obama? Seriously.
No,
Madden,
no,
thank
so
you so much for the
going back to
$20.
Boot-
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Walk. Thank you for the $5, by the way. Thank you.
Going back to Buttigieg, like if we're talking about tariff stacking, because that's kind of what it was tariff stacking on top of others. You're talking about 2 months off for paternity leave, but let's also talk about the vacation Buttigieg took, right? Because he's taken.
Wait, you brought this up
whatever 8 weeks. No, but he's taking the 8 weeks that Vance is taking. So
That's
like
not
that
a
washes
vacation.
out.
That's paternity
No,
leave.
no. I said stacking on top of.
What
Like, how
vacation
many
did he engage in?
vacations? No, I don't know. I'm just saying he did take vacations. I'm assuming if I was a betting man, I would tell you that Buttigieg took vacations on top of his paternity leave. So again, those kind of net out, right? And they wash.
No.
So okay. That how is that an argument then? That's saying
He actually didn't.
he didn't take any vacations. I believe you if you said he didn't. I said if I was a betting man, I would say he did.
Dude. Are you serious? You get fucking owned. That's ridiculous. So given that you know
No,
this
I'm not
now,
getting owned. I
who
told
would you
you
rather
that
vote
I
for,
had-
Buttigieg or for Vance?
I mean, I was a fan of Buttigieg at one point. Yeah, no, for sure. Vance is a little scary. Yeah, I'm not a fan of. Yeah.
Would you vote for
So I don't
Peter
know.
Vance?
I'm kind of in the middle, and I would have to think about it. I don't have an answer right now, but I'm
But
not
like
against.
Vance's vacation so much more. Like the average person does not go on 8 vacations in 7 months.
Again, if they were long weekends, that's fairly normal for somebody who gets
Really?
you know-
Really long weekend? No, dude, this isn't long weekends. These are him literally going to trips. Like going on trips. Like seriously.
Yeah, but he was working during those trips, I would assume or hope.
Okay.
You know.
So you think me going to New York and still working on the trip doesn't mean it's a vacation? I went to New York recently. Was that a vacation?
It's a work trip that you've converted into a long weekend that is a vacation, but like half
Okay,
of it's
so-
work and half of it's vacation, right? Because you're working, right? And I
Yeah,
guarantee
in many of these
you-
circumstances he didn't though, because he was literally going to Disneyland with his family.
No, but if you're
And
doing
the
that
Taj
for
Mahal
work,
and the Vatican.
no, but even if you're doing that for work, if you're smart, and I'm sure you are, then you're taking advantages of tax opportunities for expenses related to work, right? So therefore you are legally saying this is a work expenditure, right? Like for maybe half the time.
I don't think I did. I think I personally
No,
paid
you
for
could
it.
though.
Are you
Okay,
sure?
but I'm saying you could. I said if you were smart. That's what I said. Like you could.
Okay, so I'm
for
not
sure.
smart.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying if you were fiscally smart related to our tax laws, then yes,
so
you
that's
would
still not
because you were
addressing
on
this, then.
business. Because you were on business. So yeah, maybe you aren't worth 9 figures and you are worth 6 figures because you're not as fiscally smart related to the opportunities that you were provided from work trips, right? And again, I'm being extremely facetious, but I'm saying
Yeah,
we all
because if
live
I
in this
deducted
world.
that, I would have 9 figures. Would you know how much 9 figures is?
Yeah, I do.
You think I have $100 million plus?
I have no idea how much you make. I've never had the opportunity to be able to speak to you, right? I haven't. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming you're here because that's the goal, right? It's this.
I don't
that's
think
the
at
goal.
any
That's
point in my
everyone's
life
goal,
I'm ever
right?
going to have $100 million. I genuinely don't think that's ever going to happen. What? That is because I couldn't possibly have 9 figures when I'm a trillionaire. I'm a trillionaire, dude. I've got hell of a lot more than 9 figures, bro.
And I appreciate that. And you should be doing a hell of a lot more then instead of being on TikTok.
That's
right?
what I'm doing.
You
This
should-
is the best thing you can do as a trillionaire.
I don't think so. I think we're talking
I'm doing the
about
best I can right now as a trillionaire.
no,
Like,
you
for
could
example, Jack, thank you
no,
for the $5 for the adding to my trillions. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Jack,
no.
thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jack. I really appreciate it.
You could
Kristen, thank you
be
so much for the $20 for Let's Go Hit 9 figures. We're going to the moon, actually. Crystal, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Lil Moon, thank you for the $4.20 for the Lattice Fund. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Blinker checkpoint for Zuzu, by the way.
no, if you believed what you say and you were the trillionaire,
I'm
right?
a
Like you would
trillionaire, yeah.
then you would be leading in reparations. If you believed what you said and you
I
had
am.
the money, right?
Every single day, right?
Yep.
That's what's happening. You know, I'm just
Tell me
not
how.
court.
Educate
I'm
me.
just
I
not
didn't know
doing it
that.
myself, man. I have everything set up across the entire nation, dude. We're taking care of every single person the Trump administration's not because we're trillionaire.
Yeah, I'd love to learn more about that. I think that's awesome, and I think that's
Here's that
also kind
massage.
of a smoke screen right there. What you're saying, but I appreciate that because that's cool. Because I think if everyone in Hollywood who was talking about reparations and all of their
Dude,
millions of
obviously it's
dollars,
a
like they
joke. I'm
would
not
just put
actually a
into it.
trillionaire, dude.
I know that. I know that, but I
Okay.
was playing along with it, right? Like,
Okay.
because what
Okay.
would you do if you were a trillionaire and you
Yeah, if I
believe
was a
in?
trillionaire, I would fucking
Yeah,
end world hunger.
tell me how, because it's not
Tell
that
you how?
easy.
It would take a very small portion of it to end world hunger. If I was, by the way, if I was a trillionaire, I would give up most of my money by like 99% of my money. Okay? I see no
And
reason to
it would go to
maintain $1
fraud.
trillion dollars
It
in
would
the
go to
society that we
fraud
live
most
in.
likely, but yeah, it would go to yeah. Go ahead. How I would want to see how it worked, right? Because all of the people who are on this call right now give up their money every single fucking day. And guess where it goes? It doesn't go to world hunger. It goes to fraud. And that was not this administration. It's been every
A
single
small portion of the
administration.
budget is fraud. That's why when you guys had Doge, you guys literally spent more on Doge than you actually saved. So there is fraud. It's just heavily overblown. Okay. So like I want to address fraud. I think it's important to address fraud and investigate fraud. But I think people rely way too heavily on this, rhetorically speaking, as like a point that can completely revitalize our entire budget. We actually would save more in terms of our deficit by increasing immigration than we would by specifically limiting fraud. I'm not trolling. Actually,
That-
$14.5 trillion has been reduced by the deficit by immigration over the past 30 years, which is about $500 billion per year.
So going back real quick to California and Gavin Newsom, do you know that they have not, so the billions of dollars they've spent in taxpayer money to create a hyper speed rail, which Japan created in the 60s, from nowhere to nowhere. They haven't laid one track. And it was 20, I have fucking no idea, 2015. Have we talked about that? Like the money that's just a sink pit, right? Like that's the problem. That's why Doge was created. It was like, why aren't, in my opinion, again, I'm not saying that was like the actual scope because I don't know, but I'm saying like from me being in a business perspective, like I look at overhead, I look at opportunity to be able to increase efficiency. Where are we wasting money? We're taking taxpayer dollars, billions of dollars, and we're putting that into a rail system that's going to be outdated by the time they lay one track because we're going to have Waymos everywhere and other high speed opportunities. It's a complete waste. And so is that fraud? It's fraud, it's abuse, it's waste.
High
Like
speed
that's
rail
the
is not a
point.
waste. Building the infrastructure is good. It takes a
Do you
long time
know?
to do this because of the fact that, well, there's environmental review, there's literally land acquisition issues, there are federal funding cuts that have happened under the Trump's administration. Literally $4 billion, right, in federal grants,
And we haven't laid
right, were
one track
terminated
in
by
like
the Trump
20 years.
administration.
One track in 20 years because of overregulation. We can talk about overregulation too, right? Like I
Well,
think
you
that's
can say overregulation, but you understand that it takes a long time specifically to go through this because they're dealing with state and federal hurdles, right,
do you,
alongside all of the other sorts of issues
can,
that exist. So
can
out of specifically what has been spent, right, we haven't actually spent that yet. We've That's just an estimated cost of what it would be to be able to create it. You're not That's what you're
can
not
you
understanding. Not what we
can
spent on it.
can you tell me real quick because I think you're looking on stuff. How quick in how many years did we
And by the way, we've
build?
spent 14.6 billion, which most of it has been on the 119-mile segment currently under construction between Central Valley, Bakersfield to Merced.
Yeah. Can you tell me real quick, because I know you have a lot of knowledge in front of you, how quickly did we build, and like in how many years, the span of the San Francisco Bay Bridge and the Hoover Dam? Because from what I remember, we built both of them in like a 5-year span.
I do think what you're not understanding is that there's a lot of people who live in these areas. So land acquisition is very difficult because of the fact that there's lots of people that live in these areas. So there's lots of disputes on the land. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
And I've been paying taxes on those for 10 years, as have
So what you're
others,
not
right?
what you're not understanding is that neither Republicans nor Democrats would be able to do this any quicker. So this is like not an argument. And also like public
Exactly.
transportation is important.
It was a project that will never happen and shouldn't have happened, and it's a complete waste, right? That's my point, right?
No, I don't think it's been a complete waste. They haven't even spent the money yet. These are just estimates on what it would cost.
But they've taken our money. They've taken your users'
About
money.
14.6 billion, and they've put it into parts that have already started construction.
Okay. But they haven't laid one lay of track. They haven't one piece of
There
track.
is currently a 119-mile segment currently under construction in the Central Valley between Bakersfield and Merced. What are
Okay.
you talking about?
And by the time they finish it, the technology will be outdated.
Wait, so nice backtrack. You went from they haven't laid anything to, oh, once they finish it.
Well, I don't think they will finish it, right? It's a complete sinkhole. They won't finish it. But I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, I'm for
you
it.
say
I
that,
voted
but then
for
like
it. I was
none of this is addressing the point. Like I don't even know what the point is. You're saying fraud, right? This is a small portion comparative to the overall budget, how much we saved in terms of the $14.5 trillion from immigration. So increasing immigration will decrease deficits to a greater extent than what you could reference specifically in terms of addressing any of the fraud. And by the way, I want to address the fraud.
Okay, real quick. I'm not in specific to the California high-speed rail. I'm not even talking about fraud, which is possible, but I'm talking about mismanagement to where I would be fired. My job, I would be fired if I was that over budget and that past due. Like I don't know. Like again, we're talking about realist. I wouldn't have a job anymore, right? And so I think at some point
It depends on the conditions because the fact that there can be regulatory factors that can limit you from doing this. If the business owner of the company that you work for would fire you because of regulatory factors that you have no control over, that would be stupid.
That's why you have a PMO that has risk management, and we talk about the factors and we don't oversell, we underpromise, and like I would be fired 100% if it was managed that way.
Yeah, because you think company owners are going to tell you to underpromise that would negatively impact their stock price? That makes no fucking sense.
Okay, then again, we can talk offline if you would like, because that's what I do for a living. Like that's what I do.
You underpromise, right? Which then leads to the stock being deflated.
No, I don't underpromise to the stock being deflated, but I'm a realist.
You want to promise what's realistic so that you have an accurate reflection on the stock price?
That's why you have an adept project management organization to be able to highlight risks and manage dates. And obviously this project specific to high-speed rail,
but you guys call those NGO fraud.
I'm not saying it's fraud. I never said that. I said it could be. I have no idea. It could be. It's obviously mismanaged. And again, if I don't want.
Okay, so
Gavin
is it
Newsom,
mismanaged? Wait, so who's mismanaging it? Is it the government or is it the NGOs?
It's the guy who's responsible, right? It's
Gavin
Newsom.
The NGOs? Oh, so it's Gavin Newsom. So Gavin Newsom's how should he fund it otherwise? Should he use private companies to fund it, or how should he fund it?
So we talk
about we shouldn't do it in the first place.
Let's talk about blame, and it's a sad story. And let's talk about Joe Pa, like at Penn State, right? He didn't know what was going on with his athletic trainers, right? But he was the guy who was fired, right? Like, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your team fucks up.
I don't even know what you're referencing.
Well, it doesn't matter. But the whole, yeah. So the whole point is like, it doesn't matter if your team fucks up. It's you. It's Gavin Newsom. He should be responsible. Right, that's his job as governor of California, which is why I'm super scared if he's even in the conversation for running this country. Like I rather AOC 100% than this guy.
I already told you that I don't prefer Newsom and I would prefer other candidates. I told you even from
But
a
you
moderate
won't.
perspective, Buttigieg is significantly preferable to Newsom. And if we're talking about progressives, which I prefer, I would say either Ro Khanna
But
or AOC.
but you
I just
don't
don't
walk
know if
anything
AOC will
back
end up running
though.
for president.
You
So
don't
I'm not
walk
quite sure about
anything.
that.
I feel like your side, when I say that, the Democrats, they don't walk anything back and say like I fucked up. Because let's talk
Yeah, we
about what
do.
they
We do
fucked
that all the
up.
time.
I don't see it. I don't see any kind of apologies for closing down businesses that shouldn't have been closed down during COVID. I don't see any kind of, impact from what we're talking about even right now.
That was
Like
also
this
by
is fucked up.
Republicans, by the way. That's not just Democrats. So I just want to clarify.
Well, yeah, we can talk
So
about it.
I don't
but
know what
what's the
apology you want them to.
proportion?
You want Democrats to make videos being like, "I'm so sorry
No,
that I during a global pandemic told people to lock down their businesses to save lives."
no.
I think it was actually really bad.
No, I don't want that. I want Gavin Newsom to say, I'm tired. I'm sorry for arresting people who were on the beach because I thought it was unsafe to be outside. And the reason
No, who was arrested on the beach? Come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I live in
Paddleboarding?
California. What are you talking about?
Paddleboarding? There were rules.
I don't remember that
I
happening at
lived
all.
in California during COVID. What do you mean?
I lived
you
in
couldn't
California
live-
during
you
COVID. I
couldn't-
still live in California.
Okay. You couldn't be on the sand that was wet. That was like, at least.
But you
where
could be on the dry
I was-
sand.
Again, these were the rules that exactly they should come back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And I made policy because I didn't know. And making policy because you don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't. I don't think
scary.
Newsom. I don't think Newsom should apologize for having public safety recommendations during COVID.
I do because he didn't know. And that's what he says. He says he
The
didn't
science
know.
was.
So how do you
I'm
make-
sorry.
how do you-
I'm sorry.
How do you make,
By the way,
how do you
if we're
make
talking about
policy?
specific things like that, that would be effective during the pandemic. I actually disagree with you here.
No, but he didn't know.
What?
And he
that
admits,
was.
he admits he
He
didn't
should
know
not apologize for this.
because he made policy for not knowing.
They did know. They
They
did know
did
that it would be
know.
negatively impactful
That's
to
not
have.
what he said. That's not what he said.
I disagree.
They made policy because they knew that what? They knew that
Yeah, they
old
want to limit
people-
social. They want to increase social
Okay.
distancing.
Okay. Then how old were you during the COVID crisis? Because I know it was a crisis. It was unreal. But you were a kid, right?
I was an
I'm
adult
assuming. Okay. How old were you?
during COVID.
Yeah, 2020.
I was
right?
18 years old.
Okay.
Well, just turning 18.
Yeah.
April 2020, turned 18.
Yeah. And again, this is another hot take, and I'm not that person, but I'm like, I don't. The people again, I don't want to get into COVID, but I think it was completely mismanaged, and it was a complete joke. And I hope and I pray that we don't have to have that type of decision making again in the future. It was, I feel, very, very poorly managed. Ruined a lot of small businesses. We're talking about the still recurring effects of education from kids. It's schools. You lived in California.
So I'm
How
confused.
long were schools-
I think that Trump mismanaged COVID to a greater extent than any Democrat you could reference. So where's the apology from Trump?
How did he mismanage it?
He said masks weren't effective. He didn't shut down
That's a
travel
little-
to the country quick
that's-
enough.
That's a little of the point that I'm making as far as how I feel. And I'm not saying that
He got rid of the pandemic team. He said we should look into disinfectant by injection to fight COVID-19.
Again, I feel like the pandemic was the death of math. If you look at the people who were impacted, and again, it's statistics and you enjoy statistics. I appreciate that. But the people who were impacted were people that obviously I don't want to impact anybody, but they were people that were in, comorbidity states or older or younger, and they had health issues already. But like to be able to shut down schools,
Yeah, so you're just like willing to overlook the death of my grandma because she had dementia?
not at all. But I'm saying that
So like
I'm
that's
saying-
what you
I'm-
just
I'm
brought
saying-
up though.
no.
Unironically.
I'm saying you being able to see her didn't impact what would have happened.
I didn't get to see my grandma.
Exactly. That's the point. That's
But you
what
want
I'm
to know why?
saying.
Because it was a global pandemic.
because
Okay?
we didn't know. We didn't know what was
It
going
is
on in
incredibly
politics.
sad. That happened to my grandmother. I understand. It makes sense to me. I was not able to see her during the pandemic. I couldn't even have her funeral
And
until
that's
my
so
grandpa died
terrible.
years later
That's
because of the fact that we
terrible.
couldn't have it during the pandemic. So I understand. But what you're not understanding is that that was a global pandemic like we haven't had in 100 years. Okay? I don't think that they need to apologize for this. This is ridiculous. You know what the Trump administration needs to apologize for? Literally detaining U.S. citizens just for having an accent, for literally not believing Indigenous Americans' IDs when they were shown to ICE agents because of their skin color. That's what they need to apologize. They need to apologize for literally defending the murder of U.S. citizens in broad daylight with
Yeah,
no justification.
I'm not a fan of that, but I'm also a fan of being able to.
He needs to
Okay, so
apologize for posting
do you
a
know?
fucking
Do you
video
know?
of Michelle and Barack Obama depicting them as apes.
Do you know? And it was a public story. So I went again to high school in the Bay Area. Do you know the name Katie Steinle? She was at one point during Trump's. You can look her up. She was Trump's first administration as far as somebody who was killed by an illegal who had been, let out multiple times. Katie Steinle, Steinle, and that impacted me greatly because I graduated high school from her. So I'm with her, but again. So I'm not again. And I'm also like I said, engaged to somebody who came here from Bosnia during the Bosnian War in the 90s.
So
And
listen to this.
it
Undocumented
was a
immigrants
refugee.
commit multiple times lower rates of violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country compared to natural-born U.S. citizens. If you want to address the safety and security of our communities, provide a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, because it will allow
Yeah,
for border enforcement and law enforcement to focus on those that are actually a threat to the safety and security of our communities, so that situations like that are less likely to happen.
I get that, but I'm saying it's our country, right? Like, what other countries allow people to do what we do in this country, right? Like, I've been to Canada
I don't
many
care.
times.
I
No,
don't
listen
care
to
if
this.
other
No, listen
countries
to
don't
this.
have the same way that we have it.
Well,
I think
okay,
that we should do it
okay.
better.
Then you want to be the world police, and that's something that is a different conversation. But I'm saying I did a lot of work in Canada. I would cross the fucking border, and they would say, "Why are you here?" And all of my leadership team would say, "Don't say you're here for work. Say you're here for training," because they're so obsessed about anything related to their And I was just there for fucking work, and I had to lie about being there for training because of their hardcore opportunity for their protection of their country and their people. I have a cousin who is still not a
So
legal
you're a hypocrite.
resident. No, I have no. I
You
have.
quite literally went to a country and had to lie, and you admitted to committing a crime. You had to lie about your status in that country to stay in the country, and then you're saying that you should deport undocumented immigrants for being into our country. Like, you unironically just admitted to being a hypocrite.
I was there for a week, for work. But yeah,
But
okay.
you just said that you had to lie. Yeah, and people come here for
Again,
work as well.
but what you're
So,
saying right
like,
now
you
is because you.
unironically just admitted to literally
No,
lying about your status in the country so that you didn't get detained or you didn't get held
yeah, no, but what you're
when
saying
you were
based on the
unauthorized in the country.
yeah, no, but what you're saying based on the context of what I'm saying is like you being a master negotiator and or debater. Like what you're saying isn't real. Again, that's what you
What?
do,
That's what
right?
you just did. This is not about me being a quote unquote master debater. This is literally
Okay.
just about the fact that you literally lied about your
Yep.
status in the country to be able to continue to stay.
Yep. And I left a
And then
week
you're blaming
after
undocumented immigrants for doing that.
my boss said I needed to be in Canada for a week. And they said, you can say what you need to say, but guess what? You're probably not going to get in if you're getting paid in Canada. And that was a big deal in Canada, right? So I said, I'm not getting paid in Canada. I get a paycheck in the United States. I'm here for training. Like, so yeah, did I lie? I guess you could say I did, but I left a week later based on what
So
I said. I said,
that's
I'm
still
here for a week.
hypocrisy.
Okay. That's called getting things done. And again, it's
You know
different
what?
than what
And I have no issue with that. But you are a hypocrite if you are going to say that you want to be deporting people who are in the country who are undocumented, who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes, and you have such an issue with them lying about their status in the country to be able to stay.
I don't want people who haven't committed crimes to be arrested. Again, like I said, my fiance came here from Bosnia during the 90s and it was a refugee state. She came to the state of Vermont, which is a refugee state, and she's been able to build an amazing life with her family and she's done well, and I completely support that opportunity. Like, I'm not somebody who's against demassportation, but I do also think there needs to be a balance, right? And Obama's believed in the balance. Biden was talking about, even just what, this last week, about his balance and how great he did controlling the border. Whether that's real or not, I don't even understand or know. He seemed a little, but again, I don't want to put any trigger words into you spinning things off, but that's always been an objective of our leaders within this country. So how he's doing it, when I say that, I mean, Trump, he's not necessarily doing it in the way that I agree, but I think he's doing it in a way that every other president has, and he's doing it obviously not in the way that again, I think he could do it better. There's a lot of things that he says, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what's the point? Why would you say that? Like, he's not my president for like, I'm not the guy, but I think I don't know who on the other side is. And if you could sell me on it, which I've been listening to you for a lot, and I don't think there's anybody on your side that can sell me on making this country better right now. And I know you're going to read me some stupid stats about how we compare to other countries and all that stuff, but like, when did avocado prices go up? The Democrats were like, oh my God, Trump's doing this and avocado prices are going up. They never really went up. Like, maybe they did.
Prices have gone up. There's been
They
upward
have.
pressure on prices
They
that
have.
wouldn't have existed otherwise if the tariffs were not put in place, which is limiting our ability to bring down the interest rates. You just
Again, there
criticized
was
me
fear
bringing up
tactics,
stats.
though.
By the way, you just criticized me bringing up stats to justify my
Yeah.
argument. Like, that's why no one can convince you and change your mind, because you aren't willing to do so. You just characterized me giving you evidence and stats in a negative light.
Okay, I took AP statistics in high school, and I know statistics can be manipulated like really hardcore. So yeah, no, I don't 100% have confidence in stats, right?
That's what you
Like,
took
I
out of
know
stats in high school? Are you serious? Okay, so
I can
I
do
took stats in
stats.
college, and I have an economics degree, so I did take stats, right?
Yeah.
I even took econ and stats, econometrics, right? And literally, I can tell you, I'll ask you this actually. What is a correlation causation fallacy?
Well, yeah, I would have no idea.
Okay, so just because two things are associated does not mean one caused the other. That's a statistics fact, okay? Donald Trump being in the position of presidency, right? Joe Biden being in the position of presidency and the inflation going up is not evidence that Joe Biden caused the inflation.
I don't think I said that, but no, I hear what you're saying.
The point I'm trying to make is that the whole point of like the economy being better under Trump's administration, the state of the economy, is not because he was in office. There's no good evidence to indicate that him being in office made it better. And since he's gotten office, practically every metric's gotten worse. And that's because of his policy in terms of tariffs. So if you care about the economy being better, if you care about our society being better, if you care about most people, why do you support policies that disproportionately help the rich and wealthy at the expense of working class people, whether that be cutting the EPA, whether that be cutting cancer research, whether that be cutting access to food stamps, Medicaid, and free school lunch and breakfast for 420,000 children on average every single month, to give massive tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires?
Yeah, no, I mean, and these are, again, I'm going to say another hot take that I don't necessarily 100% believe in, but like, I don't think, right, like that I should have a child if I don't think that I can feed the child, right? And I think it's more of like the community aspect that needs to be brought up as far as conversation for improvement opportunities. Like and again, I feel really bad saying it, but I think it's the reality of, like, even during COVID, again, this is just, I'm not going to get into COVID, but like, why were we so afraid talking about eating healthy and exercising and getting outside like during COVID? Because those were the comorbidities that were impacting
No one
COVID.
had an issue with talking about that.
100% they did.
But also, your whole point of that saying that you shouldn't have a child if you can't feed is a ridiculous argument.
I do not think so. I think that's a bad thing.
We should feed all kids regardless, because people can have children and then something can happen to them, and they can be bankrupt due to medical bankruptcies, which is around 67% of bankruptcies in this country.
Yep.
And
No,
that
there's a
can then lead to
balance.
them not being able to take care of their children. And in that circumstance, you still think that their children should be taken care of. So how about we just acknowledge that we should feed all kids, regardless of their ability to take care of themselves or their parents' ability to take care of them?
I agree. But I'm saying I feel like we need to talk more about the community than anything else, right? Like, 'cause we're talking so much about What community?
What do you mean?
Community? You don't know what community means. I mean,
I know what
like,
community means.
okay, so what I mean is the village, like the small aspect that is able to help your family unity. I think is an extremely
If
important
you want to
thing that
help your
we've
community
lost.
more, why do you
The
support Trump?
government, the
That
government.
undermines what the community has access to.
Let's talk about this real quick because you want to talk about big government helping the community. Let's say you're in California. I grew up there, right? Like I'm now on the East Coast. The one food item that I miss the most is a good fucking taco. Out here it's like roast beef and pizza and subs. I'm like, dude, I want to go to a good gas station, hole in the wall, and get a fucking good taco. And that doesn't exist. And again, I grew up in the Bay Area, but I obviously, I had family in Huntington Beach. I'd go to San Diego. I love Mexican food. What if, as like just a concept, right? Like a thought experiment, we're talking about all taco stands were government run. So it was government run taco stands. I feel like the government run taco stand would be the most expensive, worst taco. I wouldn't want
No
a
one's
fucking
advocating for
taco.
governments to run taco stands.
I'm not, it's called the thought experiment. The government fucks up everything is my point. And
I disagree. Can I give you a reason?
okay,
So
go ahead.
when there are market failures, when the market breaks down in some circumstances,
Yeah.
the central planning is more efficient than leaving it up to the market. But if you're talking about a typical market where there aren't these market failures, the market is more effective.
We
Does
can
that make
talk
sense?
about, because I know you're a six-figure guy. TSA, I'm sure you have Clear, right? Let's talk
I
about
don't.
a private. You have Clear?
No.
You've never run through Clear at an airport.
Nope.
I think that's probably a lie. You don't have TSA pre-check and
I do have
Clear?
pre-check.
Okay. So you don't have to take your shoes off, right? Like what I'm saying is like when you have, like Clear is an amazing example of disruptive technology of the private sector in a government run space, right? Like, cause I travel a lot and I want to abide by the rules. I feel like one airport says take your shoes off, one airport says keep your shoes on, one airport, TSA, take your laptop out, one doesn't. Clear is like an amazing part of like getting rid of half of that. Like I feel a little bad, you cut in front of the line and do what you do. But again, their customer service is amazing. So when you talk about like big government and you talk about, I want to go to the DMV, I'm so excited to go to the DMV. I'm so excited for the government taco stand, right? Like I'm so excited for that. Like I've been waiting all week to go to the DMV because it's the best government run
Do you want your kids to have
customer
access to
service.
public school?
I think public school is probably pretty fucking shit, to be honest, right? Like it's pretty bad. Like, yeah,
Well,
no, but it's bad.
I'm happy that I can take my kid to public school. I'm happy that living in California, that my kids will be able to get access to college and it'll be significantly cheaper because the state funds it and makes it cheaper and subsidizes it. I think it's effective that in my society, I can live in a society where, if someone's house is burning, that there's going to be firefighters that show up specifically to reduce that from happening.
100%. Like
I like living in a society that we
Malibu,
have public roads and the government runs the roads rather than it being up to private individuals and you having to pay tolls every single time you go into a road. I
I
like the
enjoy.
fact. So the point that I want to make,
Go ahead.
the point that I want to make is that it is significantly better off that we have the government providing certain types of benefits, right? And we do look up to those things, and we are happy that it's controlled that way, right? When it's
Yeah.
government run, but obviously we don't want the government to control everything. No
Yeah,
one's
there's
saying
basic,
that. I'm
obviously,
not
basic
saying I want the
government.
government to control everything. What I am saying though is in
But they,
necessary aspects of the economy where the market breaks down, right, and people
okay.
get disenfranchised, the government should step in to benefit the American people.
I agree, but guess what? Malibu will never be built up again because of government regulation in California. So again, if
That's
you
just
want to talk
wrong.
okay, then you tell me when they build again. Please fucking tell me when they put a fucking pilar in and start building a house again in Malibu because I have family there. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you
Okay.
can and can't do in California, right? Like
Yeah,
that is a
because I mean,
complete.
I know areas outside of just Malibu. 'Cause it's not just Malibu where there were fires where they are
Sure.
rebuilding. What are you
Sure.
talking about?
Well,
Go
no,
to
they
the
are
Altadena
rebuilding.
area. Altadena, they're
But
rebuilding.
what about Malibu? Let's talk about it.
I don't know much. I don't go to Malibu very often.
They're not building anything.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's wrong with Malibu in terms of regulation,
Well,
but
how many
other
years
places
has
in
it been? How
California,
many months? How many months?
other places in California are already building.
Okay, already building after how many months? Again, that's because of regulation.
Then why is Altadena building?
Again, how many months was the fire? It was like 18 months ago. Like again, they're already building. I'm excited because they're already building 18 months ago after my house was burned down in Altadena. I'm proud of the government and the regulation and the opportunity to be able to build my house again. Like that's what we're talking about. Like I don't get what you're saying. Like you
So, can you tell me what specific regulation you'd like to get rid of?
okay, so in specifics to California and building a house, right? You have to pay somebody to watch you put the like it's just there's too much red tape. It's just you look
What
at the
specific red
layers.
tape?
Yeah, okay, I'm not I could go on ChatGPT, but again, it's
So
you
you don't
can't
know
build
any
a
of the specific red tape, yet you're
okay,
going to sit
what I'm
here and try to
saying is
lecture
like
me?
no, I'm saying you could build a home in other states quicker than California. If you want to look up
Okay,
the
based upon
details
what
as to
regulations?
why, yeah, again, if you want to look up
But
the
you claim specifically this is
no, look them
because of
up.
regulation, but you don't know the
I'm
specific regulation that is causing this?
I'm on my phone and you're right here in front of your computer, so
I'm
look them
not
up.
searching things up on my computer.
But
You
you
can look
could
things up on your
though.
phone. I'll thank some people in the meantime.
All right, fine. I could look them up if you want me to look
Okay,
them up.
go
I'm
ahead,
just trying to
buddy.
have a conversation that's like realist. And again,
Yeah,
I
but
know
like
that
you said it's regulation, but then can't mention any of the regulations. So to me, it sounds like buzzword.
and you live in California, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you don't think your state is overregulated. Like I can't buy furniture
Well, I
in
think that
your
there
state
probably
without a
are some
warning
regulations that
label.
we could roll
There's
back,
a
but I honestly think when people say overregulation, I think they should clarify what regulation they mean.
okay, I can buy if I live in California, I can't buy what I want to buy because California says there might be some issue related to I don't even know what regulation. Like it's crazy. There's a
What can
label.
you
You
not buy?
know. Okay, there's a furniture. We can talk about that. There's a
I can buy
label.
furniture.
Okay, if you don't live in California, there's a label that says this piece of furniture cannot legally be sold in California for whatever stupid reason. Again, I don't really know. And I buy the furniture because I'm like, okay, what the hell?
So like
What?
health concerns. So like California has health standards on the furniture that they allow to be sold.
Yeah, and I
Wow,
feel like
California, you're doing horrible. You care about
no,
the
but
health and safety of your community. How fucking dare you, California?
I know. I feel like California's fucked up because they were always trying to be the first at everything, right?
Oh my
And it's
God,
like,
California, you have to put a label.
no, they were trying to be the second at everything. Canada was being the first, and then California was being the second, and then they were trying to roll that out to everybody else.
Roll what
Yeah,
out?
can't overregulation. Can't California
You
wants
don't
to be
even know what
Canada.
regulation you're referencing. You're complaining about something that you have no clue about.
Gas prices. Why are gas prices higher in California? Because of regulation, right?
Well, that is because of tax. So yes,
Okay.
we do put taxes
Because
on
you need a
gas.
special gas, right, for California because of, but every other,
No,
how
it's
many
just that it's
states?
taxed higher.
Every other state doesn't have to have that gas
I
tax
don't know what
price,
gas you're
right?
referencing. It is, you mean the tax level?
But California has special gas compared to other states, which
I
is
don't think
one
that
of
it
the
does.
100%.
Okay, what tells you that?
Again, I'm talking to you on my fucking phone. If you want me to I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but
Would you like to look it up? Because I'm not familiar with this. Would you like to look that
would
up?
you look very comfy like you have a computer in front of you? So if you could help me
Well, you
out,
look
that would
like you
be
have the
cool.
ability to swipe out of the app and look it up while I think some people, because I got some people to think.
No,
I can't hear you while you're swiping out of the app, just letting you know. So while you're looking it up, I won't be able to hear you. Bruno, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. They said the Canadians asked me 0 questions when I cross the border. Americans have a special deal and a preference when... Sorry, I'm trying to load this up. Is it going to tell me? 1 second. Preference when applying for residency. You are generally not legally allowed to conduct business anywhere on a tourist visa. Just got here recently, by the way. Well, thank you so much for letting me know. Stella, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. For a taco from a government-run taco stand. Thank you. Kelly, thank you so much for the $15 for having the necessary conversations. Thank you so much. Crystal, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. As well as Justin, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much, Justin. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Of course. Thank you so much, Justin. I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Mad, thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. That is very true. I wish more people knew that. As well as Crystal, thank you for the $10. Carrie, thank you for the $10 as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Elvin, thank you for the $40 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Elvin. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Keep some W's for Elvin in the comment section right now for the $40 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Mary, thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. They said happy birthday to March. Well, thank you so much. As well as Sarah, thank you for the $2. Said Pete Buttigieg had a 24-hour notice for his twins who spent 2 weeks in the hospital and his son who had bad RSV. They were two men who became dads. With a 24-hour notice to babies with complications, and he still was making decisions for transpo. Vance in the Coliseum closed for a private tour without notice and didn't show. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the information. So it's Kiki Bear. Thank you so much for the $10. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. He said, please tell this guy you cannot be a realist, and if you deal purely in hypotheticals, realist is one who has interest in or concern for the actual or real as distinguished from the speculative. Well, Zed, thank you so much for the $1 as well. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bruno, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They said, Parker, bro, let me waste some more taxpayer dollars. Use the money to buy some elevation stuff, bro. You are a good person. Well, thank you so much, Bruno. Can we get some W's for Bruno in the comment section right now? And I absolutely will use it to buy some elevation stuff. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Jack, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much on PayPal. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. As well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. I got some people to thank over on YouTube, and then we can go on to the conversation. Again, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Helps get it out to more people. As always, everyone. Zay, again, thank you so much for the $1. Mr. James Bond, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? Shy, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's amazing to hear. Thank you so much. That's great. They said, I just want to encourage y'all to vote and show up peacefully to make our voices heard wherever you are. Every action counts. Absolutely. Thank you so much. As well as Brand, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know it's really ridiculous. Just tokenization as well as thank you. I appreciate. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. Brooklyn, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. They said Iran's leader confirmed dead, and I'm scared. I live 3 miles from a major West Coast border. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. As well as Zach, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it, Zach. Can we get some W's for Zach in the comment section right now for the $20? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it on YouTube Super Chat as well. House Pacifist, thank you so much for the $5. CW, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yes, Michelle Obama did try to make school lunch healthier, and they had a fit. Absolutely. As well as Joshua, thank you for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for in Massachusetts. The Big Dig began planning in 1982. They did not break ground until 1991, and the project wasn't finished until 2007. Infrastructure projects in urban settings take a long time to do. Caller is manufacturing outrage. As well as that, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. He said this guy left California because he hates the level of regulation of public services. And where does he move? Massachusetts.
No, don't do that.
Is that the state you live in?
Yeah, I went from California to Mass. It's terrible. Well, they're both terrible.
The Trent, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Zach, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. CW, thank you for the $10. And Zach, I don't know if I can say that. I think the guests might get mad if I say it. But I appreciate you very much. You want me to say it?
No, 100%. I feel like maybe I only have 25% of your followers feeling what I'm saying, but I appreciate
Serenity, thank you so much for the $10. For I love you, Parker. Keeping a cheerleader for the truth. Well, thank you so much, Elaine. Thank you for the $2. They said this idiot and his horrible hypotheticals are the worst.
Yeah, no, that's good. I appreciate that.
Well, James, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, right now the governor's race for California is a big issue right now because they have his primary setup where Republicans and Democrats are all in the same primary. It's really stupid. So we essentially have to support the candidate that's the best shot at winning. Is essentially my position. If that ends up being Ramsey, the socialist, I would support them. If that ends up being a more moderate Democrat, I would support them. I definitely don't want a Republican in that position. So it really depends on getting closer to the election. Whatever Democratic person has the shot at being able to win in the scenario. But yeah. Would you support APAC Dem over an APAC Republican? Yeah. If it means that we'd get a Democrat over a Republican. But I would prefer an anti-Zionist person in that position. But yeah, we have to vote based upon whatever person has the best shot at beating the Republicans, because the Republicans aren't as split as we are on the Democratic side as of right now. I wish we had separated primaries, though. That's really annoying that we don't.
Yeah, I don't like that mindset.
What mindset?
Well, no, just the mindset of like we need to vote for the best. Because again, I voted for both parties, and I feel like you haven't, right? And I feel like a lot of people are moderate to where they can swing both ways depending on their lifestyle and what's going on. Like, so I've never voted on a party line, is what I'm saying. And I feel like what you're promoting is you vote on a party line, which to me is like the definition of a cult, right? Or it's a definition of a following, and that's not what I do. Because again, I'm not saying
So I don't vote just Democrat because they're Democrat. I vote for Democrats because they're typically better. Okay, so I'm not saying Democrats always better necessarily the case, because there could be a Republican that's preferable than a Democrat, but it's almost always the case that the Democrat is better. So yes, I would prefer a moderate Democrat over a Republican in California. Yeah, that's going to cause the least harm to our population.
Do you know, like, so I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy. I like late night shows. So Bill Maher, right? He's somebody who is like the definition of a Democrat. And he's somebody who has, over the past probably, I would say year, 2 years, has really been standing up saying like the radical left is the reason why we lost the election. You know, he in his show, again, I can show you the clip if you want. I can text you whatever.
I think that's incredibly reductive to say that. It's not just radical left that caused us to lose. Like there was a report.
Like, I voted.
There was a report, an internal memo from the Democratic Party that acknowledged that their support for Israel was one of the main contributing factors. One of the main contributing factors was that people bought that inflation was due to the Biden-Harris administration, right? Which there was no evidence for. So we need to communicate our positions to a greater extent. Mainly it was also because of immigration. People were buying the idea that the Biden-Harris administration wanted an open border, which was clearly bullshit.
Let's slow down a little bit more. Okay, Bill Maher. Do you like Bill Maher? Like, he's a funny guy. He's an older guy. He smokes a lot of weed. He has a great.
Oh well, you can't say in the live. I have to kick you because it's TikTok TOS. You can't say that on the stream. I'm not a big fan of Bill Maher. I've never really watched his show, to be honest. Yo, what's up, how do you? Yo, what's up, how do you? Okay, let's go to the next individual. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. We're going to be on live for an hour and 25 minutes maximum, everybody. Just letting everyone know. I do have to get off. I'm celebrating my girlfriend's birthday today with her. So that's going to be fantastic and amazing. Can't wait to do that. So I do got to get off here at 1:30 here in an hour, a little less than an hour and 30 minutes. Alrighty. Let's go to the next individual. So the next individual, only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria. List in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only sending guest requests if you do meet that set of criteria. List in the TikTok screen. Chris, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. For saying happy B-Day to my girlfriend. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's go to the next individual here quick. Cammy, thank you so much for the $25. They said happy birthday, Marge. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. John, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. That's so amazing. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I am. Thank you. Thank you, John. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
50.
Do you support Trump?
In some things, yes.
Election world today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Between Harris and Trump?
Yeah.
Trump.
Okay, for sure. I have a few people to thank, and then we can move on to our conversation. Just give me a quick second. as well as, by the way, Arlene, thank you so much for the dollar. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I would have been able to, but if I saw this earlier, as well as, again, Cammy, thank you so much for the $25. Marks, thank you so much for the appreciate. Thank you for the $5. Thank you so much for the appreciate. Thank you. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Marks. Thank you. Seriously, that is like actually hilarious, though. Well, thank you so much. Let me make sure to catch up over on YouTube real quick, and then I will go into the conversation. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It helps get out to more people. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. As well as Kim, thank you for the $10. Elaine, thank you for the $2. Nicolette, thank you so much for the $10. Did happy birthday, Marge. Hope she'll get spoiled today. Absolutely, as always. Says, thank you for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm fully caught up. Alrighty, why do you support Donald Trump?
Why do I support him?
Yeah.
Well, I support him on a lot of different things. I see you're talking about a lot of issues. Immigration was one that I saw, and I support him on immigration enforcement. And the reason why is
so
because
what
we
particular
have,
enforcement?
well, deporting people here illegally.
Okay.
And I support him because we have a visa system and we have a system for asylum. And I don't know why people are objecting to deporting people that don't qualify for either of those.
Yeah, because if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, I believe they should be given a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country, because it will incentivize the most amount of people possible to go through the vetting process and the legal process. And it makes no sense to have that as a transitionary process going into making our legal process go quicker, because our legal process has taken too long, several years on average, and over $10,000 for many people. So I think it's way too costly and time expensive. So I think that it makes most sense to provide that pathway to citizenship where the people don't have to leave the country, so that border enforcement and law enforcement can focus on those that have committed violent crimes and bad crimes. I also don't like how ICE is structured in the federal government, which allows for the executive branch to have so much power and allowing for ICE to engage in abuses of power, such as allowing for them to literally search and seize people without having a judicial warrant, masking up without identifying themselves, detaining and deporting people specifically in situations in which they shouldn't be, and especially to places in which they shouldn't be. So there are plenty of different things I can point to there.
Well, you threw a lot there. I would suggest to you there's no good guy exception currently written into our law. So that's one. Two, I'm sure that going after the violent criminals first, prioritizing them, you're going to run across a lot of non-violent people here who are here illegally. And I don't think that you can just go, well, we have 10 people, 5 of them are violent, 5 of them are peaceful. We have to ignore the 5 people. It's not currently written that way in our law.
I'm not saying it's currently written that way in the law.
Say again?
I said I'm not saying it's currently written that way in the law. I'm saying this is what I think the law should be. And by the way, I just want to clarify, this is in disagreement with the Democratic Party's views. The Democratic Party wants specifically to go after those that have committed violent crimes and bad crimes to a greater extent, proportionally speaking. But they still want to criminalize undocumented entry and want to make the legal process go quicker. So it does seem like you probably agree with the Democratic position on this and probably not the Republican position, but I'm still have a different position than the Democrats.
Well, I just don't think that there's any good guy exception in the law, and then because there isn't, we should follow the law as it's currently written.
Okay, so then Trump should follow the law as well, and shouldn't be deporting people without due process, and shouldn't be violating people's rights and not and allowing for ICE to not use judicial warrants to search and seize.
Parker, there's different due process for criminal, for civil, and for immigration. I mean, there is the expedited removal. There's the Alien Enemies Act, which I know people say it's a stretch, and you probably would say it's a stretch too. But I think that due process is being given.
Expedited removal does not qualify or grant due process, and I would say that same thing existed under Democrats, but existed to a lesser extent under the Democrats. So, although I can acknowledge that,
do you acknowledge there's different due process in criminal proceedings as for civil proceedings? For example,
I'm not disputing it there. I'm just saying that they're not being given due process in either circumstance.
Okay, so I think that they are being given due process in immigration, as it's written.
Well, you are wrong, because federal judges have indicated otherwise.
Some federal judges have indicated the other way. If it goes to the Supreme Court, then I guess we'll get a final word, won't we? And that's the way our government works. And Parker, before we can continue, can I say that I admire what you do here? I've seen you debate Ben Shapiro and a couple of these other guys. And like I said, you seem very sharp, very on the ball. And like I said, I think it's a good thing. I don't agree with you on a lot, but I appreciate what you do.
Well, I appreciate it. I would say though that like it's pretty obvious that Trump's not not upholding the law, and he's clearly in violation of people's due process rights. I think that's very obvious. But like, I mean,
I think that question is going to be answered in the Supreme Court. I don't think he's violating due process rights when it comes to immigration. As far as masks, you mentioned that sticks out in my head. Masks on these ICE agents, I think for their own protection, that they mask up so that they can't be what do the kids call it, doxxed. They can't be identified and
so then why do cops have to identify themselves, and why are their names public? Are their families less valuable than ICE agents?
I don't
families?
think there's as much animosity towards local police, state police, as there is with ICE and Border Patrol.
Maybe that's an issue with how ICE is operating itself, rather than specifically.
Maybe it's an issue since ICE is doing many of the same things as they were under Obama, and as they were doing under Biden.
No, they're doing many different.
To a public perception as it's whipped up by crazy people on the other side. People that are, like I said, I think that if you look at what was done under the Obama administration, under the Biden administration, it's business as usual is what they're doing now. The only difference is that, well, that's not what I heard, Parker. I heard that like
so you're saying under Obama's administration they allowed for ICE. Are you saying under Obama's administration they allowed ICE to search and seize without judicial warrants?
I'm saying under Obama, the number of people who died in custody, the number of people who were wrongly arrested in custody, were higher numbers than under Trump so far.
Not on a yearly basis. If you're saying over 8 years comparative to 1, yeah, but not on a yearly basis.
I'm talking about percentage. I'm talking about per capita. I'm talking about percentage.
Do you have a source for that?
Yeah, I could look it up.
I'll give you time.
As far as time, I know you got to get out for your wife's birthday. I can
Here
look it
in
up
like an hour and 20 minutes, so I have plenty of time. I can bring someone else up in the meantime and talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, I could look it up, but yeah,
it won't take too long.
While I'm looking it up, let's talk about something else.
Okay. Go ahead.
So
what do you want to talk about while you look it up?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why you asked why I support Trump. That's one of the reasons why I voted for him, because he was going to secure the border. I thought Biden was asleep at the wheel.
Clearly wasn't true, though.
Explained.
Biden wasn't asleep at the wheel. There are more videos of Donald Trump falling asleep than Joe Biden.
Millions of people didn't cross our border. The Remain in Mexico policy wasn't rescinded. Those two things never happened.
Okay. So Remain in Mexico policy being overturned is applicable to the asylum process, which is the legal process of immigration. So that does not affect undocumented immigration.
By international law, if you are going to seek asylum, you have to seek asylum in the first country you come to.
That's not true.
It's not.
Yeah, there's no international law that says that. I would love for you to tell me the international law that says that.
And you're making me type fast.
I'm sorry, but I do think that that's just a talking point. And the only way for us to verify whether or not it's just a talking point and not predicated based upon evidence is if there would be someone that looks it up. Inevitably speaking, it makes more sense for you to look it up than for me to look it up. One, because you made the claim, and two, because I'm running the live stream. But yeah, I mean, since you're looking up two separate things right now, I can just give you time to look those things up real quick.
You go ahead.
So that I'm not distracting you. And I'll thank a few people, and then I'll make sure to bring someone else up in the meantime, and then we can continue our conversation once you find that information.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty. Zed, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If immigration is the same under Obama, why was the ICE budget increased massively? Well, that's a good question to ask as well. They could probably say like inflation, but it increased to account for more than accounting for inflation. Glampire, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They said I have nothing to add. Just wanted to thank you for your work and hope you have an amazing B-Day weekend with Marge. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I absolutely will. I think I am fully caught up in terms of the donations. Or Sarah, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that I'm able to provide you some good information. As well as Matthew, thank you so much for the $20. They said this is for you and the girlfriend. and the girlfriend for her birthday. Thank you for all that you do. And is it me or all these guests um, getting more and more insane? Yeah, that has been happening recently. The average guest has been a little bit crazier. Definitely a lot. Not everyone, but definitely the average person has been a lot crazier. Paige, thank you for the $5. They said happy birthday, Marge. All love from Lenny and I. Based. Kim as well. Thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Sarah. Thank you so much. Or I think I'm fully caught up there actually. Yeah, I am. Alrighty. Let me try to get someone else up here to help them out in the meantime. If you're on YouTube, again, everyone hit that thumbs up. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always. Let's go on to the next person real quick to help him out. Alrighty, do you give it a quick second, everyone? Oh, yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello there, Parker.
How old are you?
36.
And do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Election royal today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, let's just go on to the next person. That's a clear troll. Let's go on to the next individual. Only set a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Samantha, thank you so much for the $2. Said happy birthday, Marge, from me and my dog. Base, thank you so much, Samantha and her dog. Deanna, thank you so much for the $50. Said happy birthday for Marge. Oh, thank you so much. Who's of W's for Deanna in the comment section right now for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Deanna. Thank you. Alrighty, yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 23.
And what's your birth year?
2004.
That was not very good math.
Parker,
Yeah, what's up?
touche. There is no law saying you have to seek asylum in the first state country. However, I think there should be.
Okay. Well, I disagree with that because I do think that it makes sense for people to be like, for example, during the Holocaust, would it have made sense for Jewish people fleeing Germany to go seek asylum in the United States?
There's no Holocaust currently.
Well, but I actually do think that there are things that would be qualified as genocides that would be applicable. But I'm just asking as an example.
Example, what is currently going on right now that would be comparable to the Holocaust?
No, I'm saying that is qualified as a genocide. What's going on in Gaza?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Here's another point why I support Israel.
What about what's going on in Ukraine?
Let's go back.
What
to
about
Israel
what's going on in Ukraine?
I'm not well enough informed, but I am well enough informed in Israel. There's no genocide going on in Israel.
There absolutely is.
25% of the population of Israel, they serve as judges, they serve as doctors, they're in the government, they're in the military.
Yeah, you're saying 20% of the population is Arab, therefore they're not racist. Is that your view?
That's not what I said. I said that there are 20% of the population of Israel, citizens, are serving and living peacefully in the area. That's what I said.
Okay. And what's your point? Is that supposed to be an argument that it's not genocide? Because it clearly still is.
Absolutely.
I mean, they literally leveled the entire area.
In the Holocaust, Jewish people were stripped of citizenship, their property, their homes, everything, and sent to ghettos. And then they were sent to death camps. That's not happening in Israel. There's no genocide there.
Wait. Just because people aren't sent to death camps doesn't mean it's not a genocide. You understand that a genocide can be specifically applied in terms of the Geneva Convention definition of genocide, even without there being death camps. So to clarify real quick, why is Israel intentionally starving Palestinians?
I don't think that they are.
They were. They intentionally limited the amount of food going into the area to not be enough that they specifically need on a monthly basis.
No, I don't believe that at all. I think
that is a fact. Israel admits it themselves.
I think if Hamas laid down their arms,
not an argument. Not an argument.
Well, what's your source where they said they limited their food?
Yeah. AP News. Just look up Israel limits food into Gaza. AP News. Okay. While he does that, Adriana, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very true. That's really true. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Yeah, that is very ridiculous. I'm so sorry to hear that, Adriana. Thank you so much. And happy birthday to the GF. Well, thank you so much, Adriana. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. Thank you. Did you find it?
Yeah, I'm reading through it.
So, I mean, the point that I want to make
from
is
what
that,
I'm
like,
looking
that to
at,
me
the
seems
reason
like they're
why they were-
intentionally trying to kill civilians.
From what I'm reading, they are limiting the food to keep it out of the hands of not necessarily just your regular Palestinians, but out of terrorist stands.
Wrong. Actually, the people that were like getting the aid were hungry Palestinians. So there were some violent militias that were specifically doing that, not necessarily Hamas, by the way. But if that was happening, they would send in more food into the area so that they can decrease the cost on the black market. So why would they
Hold
be
on,
limiting the food below what they need for necessary levels of caloric intake?
So if they're sending in a certain amount of food and medicine, and it doesn't get to the people that need it because these terrorist gangs are taking it.
No, it's because, well, by the way, they were Palestinians that are just hungry trying to get the aid because they were not giving the aid to them. Were literally trying to get it without being armed, and they were being shot. So that's one thing. Two, as it relates to this, the aid
I
wasn't
don't see
going to
anything
them.
about anybody being shot here.
Yeah, that's true. You can read into that. Look up Palestinians shot trying to get aid.
Okay.
If you're on YouTube again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Adam, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. How do I feel with the White House interfering with Canadian politics, supporting the illegal Albertan separatist movement? It's ridiculous. It's just trying to cause division, and it's horrible about U.S. Canada. It's literally he's trying to divide the U.S. and Canada. I think his goal specifically is trying to almost create them into like an enemy. Right? And he's trying to cause division
Okay.
within their country. What? Did you find it?
1,300 Palestinians have been killed while seeking food. Most of the killings committed by the Israeli military. Does not have information indicating the involvement of the armed elements in the killing. No information that these Palestinians were participating or not participating in hostilities. Whether they posed or did not oppose any threat to Israeli security forces. So basically, it's saying some people were killed. We don't know who did it exactly, and we don't know if
Wait,
they were.
it says mostly done by the Israeli government. That's what you just said. The Israeli
I'm
military
reading
mostly
off
did
the
it.
UN here, Parker.
Yeah, and it said mostly done by the Israeli military. You read that off.
Yeah,
So you think the
I
$20
said
for tell him to look up thermobaric bombs used in Gaza? Yeah, they're literally evaporating Palestinians using thermobaric bombs.
What are the targets?
Civilian areas.
Civilian areas with?
They're claiming that they're going after Hamas.
Claiming?
This is not after Hamas at this point. I'm sorry, you can't look at the pictures of Gaza, see the entirety of the area completely leveled, and be like, yeah, they're just trying to go after Hamas.
I think that if you put
They're not targeting
armory,
civilians, really?
I think if you're putting an armory in a hospital or you're putting troops in a school, yeah, I don't think that what's going on is they're targeting civilians specifically for the sake of getting civilians.
Well, that's what's happened, and I gave you multiple examples of that being the case.
No, you said that that's what they did. I said I don't think that's what.
And you looked it up and you saw it. You read off the fact that there were Palestinians
What I
targeted
read
going
is, I'll
after
read it
the
again for you.
aid.
I'll read it again for you.
You
Specifically
referenced the
for
fact
the
that they
food.
were limiting aid into the region lower than the necessary level of caloric intake for the Palestinian population, which would make no sense to do even if it was being stolen, because if it was being stolen, you'd actually want to increase the amount of aid going in to reduce the cost in the black market and to ensure that Palestinians are fed.
If you are,
Like, what is the reason to limit food from going in? Tell me, give me a good reason.
if it's not getting to the right people. And
You want wait. So why would that matter? Why would that matter? Wouldn't you want to reduce the cost on the black market if they're stealing the food to then sell it on the black market? Why wouldn't you want to increase the supply to reduce the costs for Palestinians?
How do you know that they're selling it all in the black market?
Okay, so
I'm
you
saying
think
that
that
food
they're
is getting
destroying the
stolen.
food?
Could be.
Well, at
They
least
may
you
be
tried to
doing
get the
it.
food
They
in.
can't do
It's
it themselves.
beneficial to at least try to get the food in. Why are they able to try to get the food in prior, but not during this multiple month period?
Because it's being stolen at a greater rate.
One, there's no necessarily good evidence of that, and two, even if that was true, again, you would still want to try to get even more in because you want to ensure that the population is
Because they
fed.
can steal
By the way,
more.
according to the UN, you literally have to, if you are literally occupying a
Hold on a
country,
second.
you have
Hold on a
to feed the population. During a
So-
war, you cannot utilize starvation against a civilian population. You can't do that. That's not legal. That is a war crime.
So hold on a second. So you're saying that if this food gets stolen, your solution is to send in more food that will get stolen.
Absolutely.
So if you have a house and you have a bar of gold there, your solution not to get your next bar of gold there stolen is to have 2 bars of gold in your house.
No, what you're not understanding is that food is necessary for human survival. Right?
Oh, I agree.
Food is replenishable to a significantly greater extent. It is easy specifically to be able to put more food into the area. We have the resources to do that, right? It's
More
just
food
about
that could be
allocating those
stolen.
resources.
More food that would get stolen.
Yeah, and
Do
that's
you
okay.
think if terrorist organizations are stealing food, that they're
If
going
they're
to
stealing
go,
food, that means we should take in
all
more
right,
food to
we
ensure
got
the
enough
population is
food.
fed. Well, are you just going to say you're going to give up and let the Palestinians starve? That makes no fucking sense.
No, I think the Palestinians should rise up against Hamas and the whole thing, and then they wouldn't have to worry about it.
So your whole argument here is that just because Palestinians don't rise up and fight against Hamas right now, that means that you're willing to starve their population and say that's
No,
justified.
it's not me that wants to starve the population. It's the terrorist groups that are going
Well, you're
around
supporting
stealing
it.
the food.
You're supporting it. Why do you only blame it on Hamas rather than
support
Israel that
that.
is intentionally causing it?
I don't support that. I don't support
You literally
terrorist
just did. You do.
No,
You
I
support the
don't.
state of Israel,
I support the state of Israel, but
a
I do not
terrorist
support
organization.
I do not support the Palestinian terrorist organizations that steal the food.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying that I support Hamas, but what I am saying is that the Palestinian people do not deserve to be starved because of
They do
Hamas.
not. They do not, but you're pointing the finger in the wrong direction.
No, I'm not. You are.
Okay, so you're saying that it's Israel's fault that the terrorists in Palestine are stealing food.
It is Israel's fault that they're not sending in enough food or allowing in enough food to be able to feed the Palestinian population.
That will be stolen.
No, regardless of whether or not it would. And by the way, it wasn't even all being stolen. Like, you have no evidence to substantiate that all of it was being stolen. Okay? But yes, you do need to send in food, even if it's being stolen, right, to feed to feed the people that live there. That is just a fact. Or otherwise, it's a war crime.
So you're saying that you want to send in more food that won't get to the right people, and that will be helpful somehow.
It is going to get to the right people.
How? What's your fact? What's your proof? How do you know?
Because
Is it
we
getting to
were
the right people? Hold on a second. The food that got stolen by the terrorists, is that getting to the right people?
stuff that was stolen by terrorists, it
Yeah.
might not get to the right people, depending on whether or not it's sold on the black market.
Okay. So how are you going to guarantee the food that has been stolen?
You
If
send in more. You send in more supply to
And
be able
how
to
do you know
ensure that.
that's not going to
Can I finish? I want to explain it to you. So
I'm
you
sorry,
send
go
in
ahead.
more supply to ensure that people have adequate access. Is some of it ends up getting stolen that happened to get stolen. But for the situations in the situation that we're talking about, yes, you put them in there. You send them in there because that's going to ensure the population is fed. Yes. You also, by the way, they were also sending in airdrops of aid as well, which they can do as well to a greater extent, which they weren't doing.
It does not make any sense to say that these gangs that have stolen the majority of the food that's being sent over in aid are going to go, okay, we're done stealing.
Wait. What's your source for that?
What's your source that they wouldn't?
Wait.
Common
I'm sorry.
sense.
You made the claim that they stole a majority of the food. What's the source?
What's your source that they didn't?
Wait, I'm sorry. You made the claim. You can't ask me for the source that they didn't. I asked you for the source justifying your claim. You're the one who made the claim.
I've read it, Parker.
Okay,
if
where?
you want
So
to,
go ahead. Go look it up.
No, I don't want to look it up. Will you concede that point?
No. Go find
you're
me a
saying-
source. Go find me evidence.
Hold on.
Don't just
So what
tell me to
you're
concede on a trust me, bro. What the fuck?
No. So your claim is that most of the food that they sent in was not stolen by
Your
terrorists. and
claim
sold by-
was that it was stolen, so go provide some fucking evidence.
So your counterclaim is that it
Stop
wasn't
doing this. This
stolen.
is frustrating.
And it
Go
got to the right
fucking
people.
find evidence. I'm going to mute you if you don't find evidence for your own claim.
I have not sworn at you one time, Parker.
I don't
not
fucking
sworn at you
care.
one time.
But you've disrespected me by saying that you're not going to
Well,
look it up and that I should just
Parker-
concede based upon no evidence.
Parker, I've not sworn at you one time. I don't understand why you can't keep it civil.
Go look it up and I'll keep it civil. You'll get civility from me if you act civilly too. You're not doing that by not looking it up when you make the claim and saying that I'm in the wrong or that I'm somehow making the claim. Like, that's ridiculous. Go look up your own
But
claim.
you just said that it was, okay, here we go. Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Yes, significant amounts of humanitarian aid intended for Palestinians in Gaza have been stolen or looted. With reports indicating high volume theft by armed groups, including Hamas, as well as desperate.
You said a majority was stolen by
Yes,
these
that's right
particular
here.
groups. What was it? Give me the title.
This right here. Yes, significant amounts of humanitarian aid.
Significant and majority are two very different things.
Now you're pinpointing.
Yeah, that's a very
You're
important
sharpshooter.
distinction. Significant is
sharpshooter.
not majority. That's a very big distinction.
Systemic looting, Hamas involvement, impact on aid delivery.
I'm
Let's say
waiting.
that-
What's the source?
Again,
What's the
you're
title?
sharpshooter. Enough aid was stolen. Enough aid was stolen that it was a significant amount.
So, do you
That means
concede that it was not a
significant amount
majority?
was-
Do you concede that you don't have evidence that it was a majority?
I guess, Parker.
Okay. Okay, so if you're saying some was stolen, sure, I've
So,
already acknowledged
all right,
that.
define for
If
me-
some is
define for
stolen,
me-
if
define
some
for
is
me
stolen,
majority.
over 50%.
Define for me significant.
A high enough rate, a level that you're willing to investigate or look at it further,
So it could be any number then. That's what you're saying.
depending on what you consider significant in the scenario. Yeah, like, for example, right, something that is relatively low could be a significant amount of a certain type of substance, but comparative to a
Okay,
different type
here
of
we
substance,
go.
it might not be a significant amount. Like, for example,
Foundation
right,
for Defense of Democracies.
can I
consider
please-
88%? Would you say 88% of aid trucks? Would that be a majority? Would that
Yeah,
be
that's definitely a
significant?
majority.
Okay.
what's the
Here
source?
it is right here.
What's the source?
Hold on, I just clicked off it. Let me get it back.
Okay. Well, Eric,
Okay,
thank you so
so
much for the $50 for Here Comes the Pearl Clutching. Thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Eric. As well as
Nice
Mary, thank you for the
source.
$2 for Happy Birthday March. Well, thank you so much. They said, by the way, CNN said Iran's supreme leader was unalived in airstrikes. Yes, I did hear about that. As well as Natalie, thank you so much for the $2 as well. They said happy birthday to March. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And what's it called? Thorns, thank you so much. I really appreciate the membership subscription. Thank you very much. And Shorts, thank you so much for the 10 pounds. I did see that about the supreme leader. And then Jeremy, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you.
The
Thank
source is the United Nations Office for Project Services.
Say that again. What's the title?
The United Nations Office for Project Services.
No, what's the title of the article that you're looking at?
UN reports 88% of aid trucks slated for delivery in Gaza looted along routes.
Alrighty. However, only 300 of these trucks reached their intended locations in Gaza during that period, with some 2,300 being intercepted and looted by.
So would you
Yeah.
consider that the majority or just significant?
Yeah, I would. I would consider
majority?
the majority. Yeah,
Okay. So you concede my point now.
yeah,
Are you sorry for using that word?
yeah. No, again, given that you've provided evidence, I accept it. Do you see how quickly I accept it, given that you provided evidence?
But now are you sorry you used the F word?
No, fuck you.
Well, fuck you too.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I just don't think that the solution to having a bunch of your stuff stolen is to provide a bunch more stuff.
Yeah.
That
Okay. I
makes
just
no
so
sense.
to
It's
clarify,
illogical.
your ideal thing to do in this circumstance is to not provide any food for the Palestinians and to let them starve.
My ideal thing is to let Israel go in there, get as many countries that you can to back Israel, to send troops to go in there, to occupy the place completely, to feed the people, to give them all the medical attention they need, that they need
So
to
that Israel
rebuild
can
the area.
annex.
No, not annex, but I want to see something like we did in. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have sources to back this up. I know that after World War II, that we went into the countries that were devastated and helped them rebuild. So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see. I would like
Like a
for.
Marshall Plan and something like that. Well, the issue
Uh,
is that it was
I don't know
destroyed by
exactly
Israel.
how.
So wait, let
You
me
know what?
clarify. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
During World War II, in the Marshall Plan, for example, did we like team up with Nazi Germany?
No, we did not.
No. So why would we team up with the Zionists, right, in this scenario when they're the ones who caused this?
I don't think they are the ones that caused this. They
They
attacked
are.
Israel. No, they attacked Israel.
Israel is the one that
They
literally bombed
continue to
Palestine.
attack Israel.
What's
They've
that?
attacked them again and again and again and again. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean,
Sit
honestly,
there?
you have to consider the fact that they've
Did
also been
Tina?
attacked
Did
themselves.
Tina
That,
roll over
well, I'm
and say
sorry,
hit me?
October 6th, Palestinians were mass murdered by Israel. If you want to reference prior to all of the circumstances that we're talking about, there were Palestinians that were murdered. There's the Nakba, there's the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, the forced removal of them out of the area, the West Bank, and the continual settler colonialism within the context of the West Bank, where they're literally still allowing for settlers to steal Palestinians' land and giving them arms to do so.
They have continually tried to come up with a two-state solution. It's been rejected every time. It was rejected by
Wait,
Arafat.
do you agree that the state
No.
of Israel literally gives armament to settlers to steal land from Palestinians in the West Bank?
No.
You don't think that happens?
Maybe they give them arms.
They do.
Yeah.
That's exactly
So
what I
anyway,
just said.
Parker, my point is that they have tried to make peace with a
That's
two-state
not
solution
making
many
peace.
times.
Yeah, giving arms to your population to go steal land from Palestinians is not trying to make peace.
Well, define steal.
Steal? Literally
Yeah.
going and taking it from them by force.
Okay. And your point is?
That's stealing, right?
No.
Okay, go fuck yourself. Genuinely. Like, seriously, like, I hate people like that. I really don't like people like that. Why is he swearing at me? Because you just said it wasn't stealing for literally Israel to give armament to settler colonialists in the context of Israel, give them armament to go take land from Palestinians by lethal force.
Yo.
You done lying about saying that we planned stuff prior? You done lying about that?
Um. Yeah. Sure.
You admit that it was a lie?
I don't admit to that. No, I'm not.
You don't admit that it was a lie. So how did we communicate?
Don't lie.
How did we communicate?
How did we communicate? What? You ran away. What do you mean?
No, how did we communicate? You said that we planned this before. How did we communicate?
Oh, the Instagram messages?
What Instagram messages? What's your account? I'll pull up our
Dean and
DMs
C?
right now. What's your account?
At Dean Withers.
What's your account?
At Dean Withers.
Yeah, so he's obviously lying.
No, I'm not lying. Parker, why do
Yeah,
you
you
not want to debate me?
I will debate you. You're just a waste of time. You literally just came in my live and said that my viewers are bots. Do you still think that they're bots? Do you think that the 9,000 people on YouTube and TikTok
You're
are
very
bots?
insufferable. You're very insufferable.
I don't think I'm the insufferable one. I think that's you.
No, that's you.
So are all of them bots? Are the 9,000 people on TikTok and YouTube bots?
There's got to be a couple. You got to admit.
A couple? So how am I buying these bots? And also, wait, do you think Dean bots?
You know what? Now that you say that, you're probably onto something. He probably does too.
Okay, so then I have a question. How come he gets more viewers than I do? How come he has more followers than I do?
Because he has a little bit more money, so he can bot a little bit more.
But I've been doing this longer than him. How did he get the money?
Because he has more followers, so it just naturally
So he has more followers. So he got the followers before he made the money?
I think Dean's a lot smarter than you. Do you think so?
Why do you think that?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe you're smarter. You are older. You do have a shitty economics degree. But
Shitty economics degree? What's your degree in?
oh, don't worry about that, man. We're not gonna get into my
No,
life.
go ahead. What's your degree in?
I don't put my life out on like the internet like you.
So what is your degree in?
I can't tell you right now.
I'm just asking, what's your degree in?
I can't.
And man, thank you for the $10. Thank you.
I can't tell you, man. I have a good profession, but I can't tell you.
What state do you live in?
Why are you so worried?
What state do you live in?
Michigan,
What time is it?
341.
Okay. Can you name 2 cities in Michigan?
Ann Arbor, Petoskey,
Name another.
Auburn Hills.
Okay. Can you name 2 states that border Michigan?
Well, it borders the Sault Ste. Marie. Both
I asked you for
sides.
2 states.
What is wrong with you?
Do you know 2 states that border Michigan?
Do you know 2 states that border Michigan?
I'm asking you. Can you answer the question? You live there, right?
Why are you pivoting?
Dude, you don't live there, do you? You're Canadian, aren't you?
No, I'm dual citizen.
Really? So then
Yeah.
name 2 states that border Michigan. It's not difficult.
I'm not answering any more hypotheticals with you.
So that's not a hypothetical. It's a basic question.
I'm
Name
tired of
2 states that border Michigan.
I'll wait until you're ready to talk about Trump.
So are you just doing this because you don't want to get kicked?
I'm just waiting.
So you're saying, why
you
does
just-
Parker
you
not
ask
have a
stupid
conversation with me?
questions.
Well, maybe because you're a Canadian cosplaying as an American because you're obsessed with our fascist leader.
No, I'm not.
You're obsessed with Mango Mussolini so much that you have to portray that you like him on a American stream when you're Canadian.
You're just jealous.
You guys lost
You're jealous.
in Canada, so that you have to literally focus on our political
No,
processes.
you're just. What are you talking
You guys got
about?
fucking destroyed because your country doesn't want what happened here.
No, we're the 51st state, man.
Oh, he just admitted it, by the way. He just admitted he's
We
from
are.
Canada.
What do you mean? I'm still American. What are you talking about?
Anthony, you want your country to be a part of America.
Listen, Parker, I am still American. We're
No, you're not.
North America, yes. We're all in North America.
When you say American, right, you're referencing
yes,
you're
we're
you-
American.
Do you think you're a U.S. citizen?
If you go back,
Wait. Are you wait, Anthony? Why don't you move to the U.S.?
I'm trying to get my green card.
So, do you think the legal process should go quicker, or should it take even
Yes.
longer?
Yes, it should go quicker. I'm
So
waiting.
you
like,
agree with
I'm-
Democrats?
No, I don't.
Wait, but like
no.
Democrats want to make the legal process go quicker,
Fuck no, they don't.
and Trump's gonna abooch you out the country.
No, he's not.
Yes, he will.
Trump would love me. No,
No, he wouldn't. Try to come to the country right now. You'll get booted out of here.
no, I won't. No, are you stupid? Like I have a passport, so I can get there, man. It's
Yeah,
It's
but you
not
can only
hard.
stay for like the amount of time that tourists can typically stay. You can't stay
yeah,
here.
and then I can leave, come back. It's not hard, man. I can get my.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
gonna-
can't come
I'm-
back for
I'm
like
gonna
another
get-
6 months at least.
It doesn't
yeah.
matter, man. I'm coming.
Yeah, well, not very quickly because you have to go through the legal process, and you're a Trump supporter, and you support the legal process taking too long.
Well, it sucks, man. I'm gonna be there when I can get there.
Yeah,
And
I'll
I'm
see you
going
in
full
5
MAGA.
years.
No, I'm going full MAGA, buddy.
I'll
You're
see
not
you in
gonna
5 years,
convince me
buddy.
otherwise.
You're going full MAGA. You're grifting, buddy. You grifted as an American to come up on my live stream and get attention. How does that feel?
I'm not grifting. I'm not making money. Actually,
Wait,
yes, I
no,
am.
but you're doing this
Wait,
for-
hold on. Let me thank my gifters, Parker.
Anthony, you're doing this for attention. You lied
doing
about
this for
being an
attention.
American citizen in order to come up on the live stream because you wanted attention. So that's called grifting.
No, it's not. It's called.
Yeah, it is.
actually
That's
wanting
called
to be
grifting. You're
part
just
of
not a good
America
grifter because I found out
wanting
that
to
you're
be-
grifting. Now let me be a great grifter real quick. Thank you so much for the $20, Trisha. Thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it for first time donating. I'm 54 and cringe when I hear people my age coming up here because here we go again. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate Trisha. Give me some W's for Trisha in the comment section right now. Martin, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'll have to make sure to look into it. Courtney, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much on PayPal. Thank you. Constance, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much. Give us good W's for Constance in the comment section right now for the $50. Thank you so much for helping us make a sense of what the insanity going on right now. I really appreciate you. I don't know how you do it. Arguing decency with people who don't seem to realize Trump doesn't care about them or anyone else. Beep boop bot W Parker. Thank you so much, Constance. Can you thank Constance for the $50?
Yeah, thank you, Constance, for the $100.
It was $50. It was $50.
Oh,
Well, thank you so much for thanking them.
You're
Good
so
boy.
cheap. $50. But anyways,
Was that like your goal of getting more attention?
hell no.
Yeah, because you
just
clearly
grifting. I'm
no.
letting you
But
grift.
Anthony,
Wait, hold on. Can I?
Anthony, the
give
reason
me
why I'm
2
keeping you up here is
seconds?
because I genuinely want to. One, I'm down to talk to a Maple MAGA right now, and two, I actually genuinely want to ask you a basic question, right? What the fuck do you mean when you call me a grifter? What the fuck do you mean by the people in the live stream are bots? Why couldn't you possibly imagine that people are legitimately real?
Yo, because you can like literally buy like views and shit. It wouldn't be
I
hard
obviously
for you to
didn't.
do that. Okay, well, I figure you did because it could be very possible, and I've heard a lot of people say it about you.
So you've heard people say it about me is not evidence that I've done this.
Oh, you hear a lot of shit too that you believe, and some of it's probably not right. So I mean, what's the difference? You saying you're never wrong?
No, I'm never wrong.
Wow,
Never
you
have
can't
I
be
ever
never
once been wrong in my life.
Parker, you're a horrible human being if you think that.
What makes me horrible?
Look, there's people
I am
literally saying you're a
always
bot.
right. I'm
There's
always
literally
right. Like,
people
look at the
in
chat. The chat.
comments.
If you agree that Parker get a job is always right, every single possible circumstance, type 3 in the comment section. Now look at all these bots in the comment section that are going
There's
to
people
agree
saying
that
that
I am
they
the
are
greatest,
bots.
the best person that's ever existed on the planet, the biggest person, the greatest person, the smartest person. You've never seen someone so smart. I'm always right, actually righter than you've ever seen. You know, people they
Your
get mad at how much I'm
impersonations are
winning. I'm
sick,
winning
not
so
gonna
much.
lie.
They just tell me to stop winning, stop being right. I'm right so much that they tell me to stop being right.
Impersonations.
They're like,
are
Parker,
very
please,
not
Parker,
your
please,
strong
stop
suit.
being right, Parker, please, stop
Wow,
being right.
you just got a violation.
Yeah, you did. He didn't realize it, by the way. He didn't realize the irony. Let's go on to the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria. List in the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link through the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Election morale today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump, for sure.
Okay, why's your
Honestly.
profile picture Dean? You obsessed with him?
That's Dean Steen.
What is that supposed to be?
Just allegations against Mr. Dean himself.
What's the allegation?
Just suspicious behaviors on his front end. I'm not going to dive into specifics
What
with
suspicious
you, Parker.
behaviors? Tell me. Brooklyn, thank you for the $5.
Well, we
Thank
got
you very
the
much.
we got the N-word speculation. We got the Tashika speculation. I don't want to. That's not the topic we're talking about. But
Okay, so wait, hold up.
So we don't have to circle to that. I mean, I'm not.
Let me clarify real quick. Do you think Dean is racist?
Yeah.
You do? So you think that people, if they've engaged in a racist action in the past, that they can't change over time? Okay. Do you think that Donald Trump has engaged in racism in the past?
No, I mean he
No.
implemented
Okay. So
the
when he
first-
didn't rent
First
to black
Step
people in
Act.
the 1970s, you
No,
don't think
no,
that was
listen.
racist?
No, because that was his father's company. Actually,
No, but
when
like
he
the
was-
people who
when he
worked
was
there
redlining.
testified. Wait, the people who worked there testified that they worked with Trump, and Trump told them to do this.
Letitia James. It wasn't that Letitia James
Wait,
who
pause.
brought it
Pause.
like
No, this
30
is a
years
completely
later.
different. No, this is a completely different thing.
Civil court case, right?
No. This was specifically in the 70s, right? When Donald Trump did this.
Under his
Can you
dad's
please be
business.
quiet and let me please speak? But he's the one who did this. So he was determined specifically to have not rented to black people purposefully, right? Given that that's true, and he did engage in racism in the past, will you acknowledge that he, under your view, is still racist today?
No, because he checked FICO
No?
scores, which were a thing in the 70s. He checked FICO
But I have a
scores, and if they were
question. I have a
below,
question.
if they the Supreme Court did a whole court case on this that actually said he was checking FICOs, and if they were below a certain amount, like
Wrong.
he was able to
Wrong.
not
You're
do
just
that.
wrong, by the way. You're wrong, by
So
the
do
way.
you
'cause
think
the-
businesses shouldn't have the right to conduct their own business? Are you against
By the way,
businesses having the freedom of expression?
Yeah, I don't think that they should be able to be
Okay,
racist.
so that's
I don't think that businesses should be allowed to be racist. I don't think that they should be able to fire people because of their.
anti-constitutional.
So let me finish, please. I don't think that businesses should be able to fire people because they're black. Do you think businesses should be able to fire people because they're black?
Do you believe in businesses hiring based off of race and not merit?
Can you answer my question first?
No, because you can't answer that question because you
No, I
believe
don't.
that.
I don't. Now, can you answer my question?
Yeah, what's going on?
Do you think it should be justified under the law to legally fire people because of their race?
No, I mean, of course, there's anti-discrimination laws
So you
out there
would
put in
wait. So
place
by the
the
way,
workplace.
you just
But
said
it's
it was.
not anti-discriminatory to hire based on race, as we've seen in the DEI practices. We've seen them hire particularly on race, and see, you go through your basic Indeed application, white is at the very bottom, and it's white, non-Hispanic. So we don't
Indeed's
even
a
have
private
our
company, dumbass. So DEI
Well,
is
if they're-
governmental policy. Now, let me explain this to you. It was only in the context of situations for literally just increasing the interview pool, not hiring. Okay?
No, they
So
specifically hired more African American candidates based off of DEI than You have
wait,
you
who
have white
did? Wait,
candidates.
who did?
Many companies, United Airlines, they were hiring.
Those are
all these
private
pilots.
companies. Isn't this free association?
United Airlines is a private company.
Isn't this free association? They're private companies.
To hire based off that's anti-discrimination if you hire based off.
No,
of
it's
skin
not
color.
because I just
No,
want to
it's
clarify.
not.
They weren't just hiring because of skin color. They were saying 50% of the people specifically they're training in the context of the schools are going to be either a woman or a person of color.
Do you know?
Because historically
affirmative
speaking,
action,
it has
though?
not been representative of the population.
Affirmative action pushed laws.
Affirmative
into place
action is
that
not
make it-
legal and is unconstitutional and has literally been not upheld. So I don't know
Dude,
what you're
Kamala
talking
Harris
about.
was running on affirmative actions,
No, she
like
wasn't.
Jasmine Ratchet. She believes.
Don't refer to her that way. That's what the fuck is wrong with you? You just did that because she's black, you fucking disgusting pig. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't do that. That's
It's
disgusting as fuck.
2026. That word does
Go
not.
fuck
scare me.
yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're a disgusting fuck, seriously. By the way, earlier, you just said that Dean was racist because he in the past said the N-word when he was a kid, and he's changed over time. He's advocated against this behavior, and literally because he went from being 14 years old to now being a 21-year-old that has gone through huge amounts of character development, huge amounts of changes throughout his life, and now advocates against these things. You said he can't possibly stop being racist, but you think that Donald Trump can stop being racist, even though he literally still continues his
Trump never
racism
said the
today.
N-word.
Even though he literally has said the N-word, it's been literally said by people specifically who are who worked with him on the Apprentice. That he did that. Secondly, we can also point to the fact that he didn't rent to black people in the 1970s, called for the execution of the Central Park Five, even though they were exonerated based upon DNA evidence. He popularized the birther movement, saying that Barack Obama was born in Kenya because he's black, when there's a birth certificate of him born in the United States, to undermine him being president of the United States simply because of his skin color. He also said that people who are Haitian immigrants in this country were eating cats and dogs just because he saw a video of a black American from
It's
Canton,
true, there
Ohio,
was a New
that is
York
literally a
immigrant
U.S.
eating a
citizen and
swan.
not from Haiti, right? Specifically. And he assumed that just because they're black, that they're a Haitian immigrant in the country. So that's him engaging in racism. Plus, he posted a video, and he said he's not apologizing for this, a video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. That's blatant racism.
How is
The
that?
fact
How is that
you-
racist? We're
Oh,
animals.
now you're saying how is that racist? So by the way, you have the guy who came on the live stream being like, Dean's a racist. Dean says these things that are
Stop crashing
horrible
out.
in the past. And now, right now, you're defending that action right now on the live stream. You're the fucking racist, you dumbass.
believe-
what you're
you
doing is
believe-
projecting there.
you
Clearly
believe-
are
you believe
obsessed
Ro-
with Dean because Dean is better than you in every single measurable
Never.
characteristic.
Never.
Name
I'd
one
rather
measurable characteristic
die.
that you're better than Dean at.
Not grifting and not scamming.
Wait.
vulnerable children
Connie, thank you
on
for the galaxy.
internet.
By the way, he's not grifting. So how's he
He's
grifting? Wait, do you think I'm grifting?
Because he doesn't. He's not a congressman. He's not.
Wait,
in
am I
any sort of
grifting?
political power.
Am I
power.
grifting?
No, we're not going to be getting into these.
Am
talks
I
'cause we're
grifting?
talking about our government.
Hey, buddy, am I grifting?
Oh my god. I don't know, dude. I don't know you
So
personally. I don't
what is the
care to
relevant
know
difference
you.
between what I do and what Dean does? That means Dean is grifting and
Because
I'm
you guys
not.
aren't contributing to society. You guys don't.
I pay more taxes than you do.
No, you don't, dude. I work
Yes, I
40
definitely
hours,
do.
Blue collar.
I
and
definitely pay more
literally build
taxes than you.
houses. How do you pay taxes, Parker? Did you even
Individual
file your
income.
taxes? Where did you file your taxes on?
Through
Please
my
tell me.
accountant.
Through your accountant.
my
So you
business.
didn't. That's bullshit, dude. That is BS.
No, it's not.
That is bullcrap. Because
No, it's
a real
not.
person would have just said TurboTax. Because do you get a W-2 or a 1099? Are you
What?
1099?
So I 1099 my
he doesn't even
employee.
know, guys. He doesn't even know if he's a 1099.
I have a business. Mine's
guy's
through
a
the context of an
clown.
S corp, right? I own a business. I don't know if I get a 1099. I give 1099s to my editor, for example.
Editor. You're giving your personal information to some editor. That's real secure security clearance right there, Parker.
You're
I
an
hope that
idiot.
doesn't-
I give them
I
a
hope that doesn't
1099
backfire.
because they made money. You're an idiot.
You give your editors a 1099 because they're independent. Are they independent
Yeah, that's
contractors?
my legal obligation. I have to do that for tax purposes.
Are they hired through you or are they subcontract out through you? Your editors? No, they're probably OPS
I just have one editor.
Pros. Probably just OPS pros or some. That's who you probably cash app your editors. You probably don't even pay taxes on that.
I do. So I pay taxes. I'm sorry that it hurts your feelings, but I definitely pay more taxes than you.
That dude, I literally paid.
I
Like
literally
$20,000 in
benefit
taxes.
society more than you. How does that feel?
How much taxes did you pay this year? Do you know off the top of your head?
I do, but I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, you don't know because you're gonna say some.
I do know.
random
How about you tell me?
KBG.
How much did you pay in taxes? And I'll
I
tell you whether or not
I
it's higher or
paid
lower.
I paid over total probably $20,000 in taxes this year.
I
with
definitely
property
paid more in
tax.
taxes than you.
Dude, how? Because do you own a vehicle? Do you pay property tax?
I'm just gonna let you know.
You rent.
I paid a lot more in taxes than you did. I'm just gonna tell you that.
So you paid over 30,000. You're getting scammed.
Oh
if you
yeah,
did that,
I
buddy.
definitely paid more than
That's not even a
$30,000 in
reasonable-
taxes.
That's not even a reasonable tax bracket to be taxed. Because what's your annual income? Let me ask you that.
I'm not. I'm a trillionaire.
Yeah, I bet you are, you grifter. You go up there and you scam.
So now
little
I'm a
kids.
grifter. Now I'm a grifter. So how am I a grifter?
You and Dean.
I'm scamming people.
If I ever caught a you and Dean on the street, here's what I would do. I would debunk all of your claims and then probably slap you in the face real shit.
Oh,
Both
so
of
you
guys.
you threatened to assault me. You're threatening to assault me. Mag, thank you for the $10. Thank
For
you so
your
much. Really appreciate it.
propaganda, for your
Cammy, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
anti-American
Emma, I
propaganda.
might have to look back on it later. Elise, thank you so much. Really appreciate the dollar. I did
Like
see
your
that
left
earlier. Thank you
does.
so much.
You know,
Brooklyn,
56
thank you for the $5.
transgenders
Thank you
were
so much.
shot.
Thank you everybody for supporting the grift. Thank you everyone for letting me scam you. I really appreciate it. Wouldn't be able to do this without you.
I would put you in a full naked choke, buddy.
If you want me to scam you, everybody, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat.
I would
The best
deport
place
you
for me to
guys
scam
back.
you, everybody. I can scam you right now. Right now, I can do it if you just literally
you know
look
Dean-
at that
you
right
know
now.
Dean was a
Look at the
scammer.
link tree in the bio,
You know-
everybody.
you know what he
Scams
said?
are coming like crazy. Scamming
You know
is
what he
happening
said?
like
You know
every
what he
day.
said?
Actually,
I'm
Dean
gonna
and
load
Parker,
this
they're the
private
greatest
jet with
grifters
all
you've
my-
ever seen. You've never seen greater grifters
was a
than
crypto
Dean and
scammer.
Parker. They're bigly grifting like you've never seen
Dean
before.
was a
They're
crypto
great
scammer.
grifters, I promise you.
Do you deny Dean was a crypto scammer? Yes or no? Because
Dean
if you
was
lie,
never a crypto scammer.
if you lie, that's a criminal charge right there. Because he
What? If I
scammed
lie, that's
many-
a criminal charge? By the way, I can lie. That's not a criminal charge. I don't know how
I'm
that would
gonna
be a
have my
criminal charge, you
attorneys
idiot.
contact you for
Do it.
misinformation.
Do it.
and,
Do it.
one,
misinformation's
I have
by
I have
against
some of
the law. Yeah,
best
definitely.
Lawyers. I actually my uncle.
He
is,
never crypto
Donald
grifted. What
Trump.
you're thinking about, by the way, is him as a kid, by the way, marketing like a ebook that he was selling specifically. That
rug pulled
was
it.
like, like e-commerce. It's like that, right? E-commerce, right? That he was doing, and he was marketing it like Andrew Tate because he used to be an Andrew Tate fan. It's cringe, and I think it's really funny, but that does not mean he's a grifter today. That's ridiculous. And also, by the way, I never did that. Does that mean I'm not a grifter?
Your type of ideology is the reason we lost Vietnam, buddy.
Wait,
because
what?
you're peace love.
What do you do? Nice
Peace,
pivot,
love,
pivot, pivot,
and-
pivot, pivot, pivot. Can you answer my question?
What was your question, my guy?
Okay, how am I a grifter if I didn't do that?
Because you come up here and you beg for money, pretty much.
I'm not begging for money.
You're like, everybody donate. I got
You want me to beg for
1K
money?
likes, and I'm gonna start.
You want me to beg for
You
money?
might as well go panhandle, bro. And I
You know what?
think
You know what, Chad?
What state?
I think he's gonna make me do it. I think he's gonna make me do it.
No, you're
I thi- I-
panhandling.
oh,
That's illegal.
I'm trying to hold it back, everybody. I'm trying to hold it back.
Where's
I'm
your
trying to hold it
cardboard
back,
sign,
everybody.
buddy?
Oh my
Cardboard
gosh!
sign.
Please give me me money. Oh my God, please, everybody, please, right now, give me money. Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, please, please,
that. I'm clipping this.
please give me money right now. Oh my God, I need it right now. Please, 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 everybody, I need to grift like further than you've ever grifted before. We need to grift like you've never seen before. Grift, 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 grift. We're grifting like you've never seen. Thank you so much. I appreciate the level ship. Thank you so much, Tori. I really appreciate it. Gabby, thank you for the $20. Cammy, thank you so much for the $10. Kate, thank you for the $5. I'm grifting like you've never
guy's
seen
on
before. Thank you so
crack
much for supporting the
cocaine.
grift. Oh my God, we're grifting like you've never seen
cortisol,
before.
bro.
Grift, 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 grift. Give me your money. Oh my God, grift, grift, grift.
Your cortisol, bro. Your cortisol. It's gonna.
Dude, my face is
I know
so
that's your-
red.
I know that's
Oh
your
my
HRT,
God.
buddy. I know that's your HRT shots, like kicking up in your cortisol.
I like how you're trying to make a joke. Jeff, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Jeff, for defeating and hopefully educating them one at a time. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Susan, thank you for the $10 for the grift. Thank you so much.
You're
Erica, thank you for the $5.
uncanny, bro.
Thank you so much. It's
You're
good only if grilled.
uncanny.
It's good only if grilled. Thank you so much, Gabby. Thank you for the $20 for the scam. Thank you so much,
Uncanny,
Nisa.
bro.
Thank you for the
His
$5
cortisol.
because you begged. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you for the
His
$20
fucking
for the
cortisol,
grift. Thank you
y'all.
so much. I really appreciate it. Kate, thank you
What
for the
do you
$5.
smoke
Thank you so much.
before this
I really
live?
appreciate it. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for the $6. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Cammy.
Everybody,
Thank you for the
thank you for the
$20 for.
$5. Thank you
Damn
for
you,
the
manipulating me to give me your money.
$10.
I know, right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Leslie, thank you for the
This is what
galaxy.
we're
I really
gonna do.
appreciate it. Thank you.
This is
Who's
the
a
state of modern politics.
Minnie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you, Bud. Thank you for the
Oh my God,
$2.
you're
Thank you so
literally
much.
just
I
yapping.
really
You're-
appreciate it.
no
Thank
one's
you.
even sending you that shit.
Al, thank you so much. I
Come on,
really
let's be
appreciate the
real, bro.
$5. You said it's all fake donations. Well,
guys-
thank you so
you
much,
guys-
Lee. I appreciate the $5 for the fake donation. Erica, thank you for the $5 for the grift fake donation. Sky, thank you for the glowing jellyfish for the fake grift donation. I really appreciate it. Brent, thank you for the $25 just because you begged for the fake grift donation. Thank you so much. Josh, thank you for the $5 for supporting the scam fake grift donations. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, fucking sick. Dude, I literally just yacked all over the place because you're...
Good. Duchess,
fucking
thank you so much for the
a
galaxy.
bad
Thank you so much to
human
keep him yakking. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'd rather him yakking than yapping. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the hat and mustache. I really appreciate the
I'm gonna
grift
get
money.
sick,
Thank you.
dude.
Ashley, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much for what's left of MAGA. Should be embarrassing for them. I know, right? Madison, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you
Nothing's
so much.
embarrassing about this.
Small Cheeto energy is crazy for the gas. That's crazy. Brent, thank you so much for the $25 for begging. Lois, thank you so much for the $5 for long lift. The king of grift. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love being the king of grift. Thank you. Bad Wolf, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. King Typho, thank you so much for the push the $5. Thank you so much for the grift. Connie, thank you for the galaxy.
God,
I
dude.
really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Donate
Tracy,
to
thank you for the
something better,
galaxy.
bro.
I really appreciate the fake
Starving
donation
children in
grift. Thank you so
America.
much.
But you're doing it to this guy, bro. It's so sickening to see that real shit. Like
What?
these people's donations could have paid for a homeless man's hotel room tonight. But no, it's going to your pockets. And you're so anti-capitalist, but you're a freaking product of
So by the way, I advocate right now. I'm not anti-capitalist. I'm a capitalist myself. I believe social safety nets and regulations. I
not
advocate to
surprised.
get rid of homelessness in this country. By the way, just because
And
we
why don't you
advocate for
tell
that
your
doesn't
people to
mean
do that?
this is
Why don't
ridiculous.
you
This
do
is
that?
all virtue signaling because you don't have to spend every single one of the dollars you make on things specifically that you believe in. You can particularly spend things on
dude.
things that you generally like. You can do both. Did you know that? That's possible.
How many
Did
plates
you know
of
that?
food?
Did you know that people can help out people in need and also give me money because they want to do things to support me? That's like saying people can't go fucking buy ice cream because they should be spending their money on benefiting people instead. That's ridiculous. By the way,
sure.
none of us are advocating for 100% of your income to be taxed. Okay? No one's
You
advocating
are,
for that.
bro. You would want.
No, I'm not.
You want billionaires' income tax, and then, I mean, that's one
Yeah, but I
thing,
never even
that's
said
gonna-
100%. Samantha, thank
They
you so much
already
for the
pay
$10 for the
50
grift.
they
Thank you so much.
already-
Riley,
they
thank you for the
already
$10
pay
for the grift. Thank you so
50%
much.
all
I really appreciate it. I'm the
taxes.
darkness. Thank you for the $5 for the grift. Thank you.
This guy.
Wait, by the way, can you admit that I am paying
is your
taxes on this?
cortisol that high?
Can you admit that
No,
I'm
you
paying taxes on this?
cannot. How can you pay? How can you pay taxes on money that you got, like somebody gave you? I don't think it works. Like you can't file that unless
Yes,
it's
you
like. How does TikTok file it?
It's
I'm just
so listen,
curious.
listen. My income is filed through my business. So my money, the money I make is sent to my business bank account and it's counted as income. Mag, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. And Tori, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Eli, thank you so much for the $50 for thank you for all you do. The begging did it for me.
That's
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for
bro.
Eli in the comment section for
guys
the
being
$50. Thank you so much.
ChatGPT
I really
now.
appreciate it, Eli. Thank you.
I
And by the
can't
way,
believe-
I just want to let you know, can you admit now that that I probably do pay more than $20,000 a year in taxes?
No, you didn't tell me your annual income.
Oh, it's
'Cause you don't
definitely
know
enough
it.
to pay $20,000 a year in
Over
income tax.
100,000? Yes or no?
I'm not telling you,
Over 100,000.
but I'm definitely going to tell you it's over 20,000.
I'd hope it was. It's probably like I don't know, dude, 60,000 maybe if you're lucky.
Wait, so you do admit it's more than you?
No, it's not more than me, dude.
It is
And
more.
why you
So do I
advocating for
contribute to?
higher
So are you saying a
taxes, buddy?
grifter that does nothing contributes more to society than
Why are
you?
you contributing? Why are you advocating for higher taxation without representation, buddy? That is anti-constitutional.
I'm advocating
and
for
you're a
taxation
fraud.
with represent. What taxation without
You're a
representation am I
fraud, buddy.
advocating for?
You literally just said, "Oh, I pay more taxes than you, so I'm cooler than you." Pretty much is what.
No,
you're
no, no, no,
saying.
no. That's not what I said. So what you said specifically was
But you
that
don't,
I
because you
don't.
won't even give me a number. You're just pulling that out your cahoot.
So you're saying that you contribute to society more than me? And I said, no, not at all. I pay more taxes than you. I clearly contribute more to society than you do. And you responded
haven't even given
to
me a
me with
number.
saying that yeah, because
You
I
literally haven't, because it's fake news, dude. You're like CNN. It's like you're.
Well, I just want to let you know,
do
I
all
live
this
in
propaganda that you
I'll
heard
just,
from.
I'll just tell you this. I live in California and pay the highest tax rates in the nation. So I'll just tell you that.
Yeah, and enjoy Gavin Newscam. Yeah, enjoy that fraudster.
I actually the real
He's
fraud is
APAC.
Trump.
He's APAC. He's APAC bought. You know he's bought and paid for by APAC.
Benjamin Netanyahu said that Trump is the greatest ally that Israel has ever had in the Oval Office. So if you think that Newsom is APAC bot, then you definitely think that's true about Trump.
Dude, Donald Trump is just playing.
Amy, thank you for the
$50.
$50. Thank you so much for
playing
all
the
apps
strings.
like Venmo, Cash App, Send Form 1099s.
We wouldn't.
Yes,
be in
that
this
is true.
problem.
That is true.
We wouldn't.
I technically end up making my own through the accounting, so because we have all of my income that's verified through the context of my business, so I technically don't even have to use the ones they send me. But yeah, honestly, I don't know how accurate they always are. They're sometimes I don't Venmo and PayPal are fine, but sometimes TikTok wasn't so accurate.
What does
from what I
TikTok
saw?
tax you?
Ashley, think of the $5.
What
What's
does
that?
TikTok tax you, buddy? What's
I don't get
percentage
taxed
of
by
tax?
TikTok. I don't get taxed
Oh,
by
because
TikTok.
you. All right, what's an average income tax percentage in California? Is it around 5-10%? What's yours, if you so happen to know? Apparently, because you're just a figurative imagination creature.
Well, the highest possible tax rates you can have is 13% in California, but that's on top of the federal income tax.
Yeah, so you probably don't pay higher taxes than anybody, because I mean, people who actually contribute, like work a full-time job, definitely pay a percentage of. I mean, they just make society, like flow. If you
Okay.
didn't have
Not only
essential
did I pay
workers,
nominally more than you, but I paid a higher percent than you.
like when you're
So I don't know
standing
what your
at like
point
the
is.
heaven gates of God, and He's gonna ask you, "What did you do for a living?" And you're gonna say, "I grifted online," and then you're probably gonna be
This
sent to
isn't
the fiery
grifting because I
flames,
believe.
brother.
Look, listen. This isn't grifting because I believe in what I'm saying.
He's gonna
In
be
order
like,
for it to be grifting,
"You didn't
I would
contribute."
have to be dishonest in my views. Under your view, you're saying I'm a Trump supporter.
A Walmart worker cashier is 10 times more important doing their job than what you do for a living. And that is abundantly clear. I'd rather talk politics.
I don't like
with a
making
Walmart
comparisons like that, but to be
No,
honest,
they do. They contribute to society.
to be honest, I think that there's different utilities that we provide. I think my position provides a unique level of utility that is uniquely really privileged. So I'm incredibly privileged to be in this position. I'm very lucky to be in this position.
Well,
And because
it's
of the
more
fact that I'm in
propaganda.
this position, I'm able to influence so many people. Both are important jobs. I don't like comparing, but this definitely has more importance in the context of politics and does more for politics. Could you say that like a Walmart employee benefits society and utility in other ways? Absolutely. To a greater extent, absolutely. But I definitely do think that, in terms of politics, this changes things and influences things more in terms of
No, it
politics.
doesn't, dude. It's when
Yeah,
you.
I mean,
it's when you.
I think that's undisputed. Obviously, a Walmart job doesn't influence politics necessarily. Someone can be working for Walmart and then also do work that influences politics, but that in of itself is not influencing politics. So, and by the way, there's 6,000 people on my TikTok stream. There's 3,300 people on my YouTube stream. There's 9,300 people who are in the stream, 9,400 people in the stream right now. That is a unique ability to be able to influence people. I'm not grifting because I genuinely do believe in what I'm saying. And in order for me to be considered a grifter, I would have to not believe in what I'm saying. So do you think I don't believe in what I'm saying?
You genuinely believe in child mutilation and child trans surgeries? You genuinely believe in that cause, which is a prime principle of the Democratic Party, is to allow gender assignment surgery at younger than 18. Do you believe in that? Yes or no?
I don't know a single Democrat that's ever said they
Oh
believe
my
in that.
God. Dude, literally there's many states today
Name a single
that allow
Democrat that believes in that.
Jasmine Rochett or whatever her name is.
Jasmine Crockett.
James Tellerico.
Jasmine Crockett and James Tellerico do not believe in that.
They do believe in gender reassignment surgery for
Not
young
as minors. No, they don't.
children. And who else?
Wrong.
AOC.
Wrong. Do you want to bet?
AOC. She doesn't believe.
Do you want to bet? You said James Tellerico and Jasmine Crockett support that. Do you want to bet?
They protect trans rights, which is
Wait. Stop backtracking. You said that they
right.
support minors getting access to gender reassignment surgery. So do you want to bet
Our
on
healthcare,
that?
yes. They support our
Do you want to bet on that? Hello, do you hear me?
Dude,
Earth to
cortisol,
idiot.
bro. Cortisol, dude. Chill.
Earth to idiot. Are you listening to my words?
So is it
Earth
not
to
a pro-
idiot. Did you hear
it
what
not
I
a
say? Do you
progressive-
want to bet on that point?
100% of your followers support that, buddy. Everybody, let us know. In
Not
the
a single
comments.
dude. Not a single Democrat running for office.
Let us know in the
supports
comments.
that. I do not support minors having access to gender
Perfect.
reassignment
Then
surgery.
We're on the same boat, and now you're a Republican. So I
That's not
appreciate
being
your
Republican,
time.
idiot.
Everybody, I gotta go. Drive
Earth to idiot.
and
That is
have
not
a few
Republican. He's
beers.
about to run away. Watch, he's about to run
I have-
away. He's scared.
I have
He's
to-
scared
I
to
have
be
to
about to
go
run
take my
away.
keys
That's
and
so
have a
funny.
few
Run
beers
away,
and
buddy.
hit the road.
Run away, grifter. Run away, grifter.
Maybe drive on the other
Run
side
away,
of the
grifter.
highway like a Somali.
Run away, grifter.
Oh,
You're
no, I got
scared.
time.
You're scared. You're about to run
You just
away.
admitted you're a Republican. Everybody, let us know. In the
I did
chat
not
if
admit
you
that I'm a
support
Republican.
gender-
That's not what being a Republican is.
Yeah, it is. Everybody. Let us know in the chat. Let's do a poll.
Wait. By the way,
have
so
the
then
ability to do a poll.
wait. Under your view, I'm not a grifter because I say it on live. Is that your view?
Everybody is ducking in the comments because they don't.
Are you saying I'm not a grifter because I say it on live? Wait,
What
are
is
you
a
saying
woman?
Are you saying I'm not a grifter because I say what I believe on live?
Well, you don't believe what you
So
say.
name
'cause
one thing
obviously
Name one thing I
You said we should protect trans kids. Yes or no?
absolutely
Oh my God, that is crazy, bro. That is
to
crazy.
protect
statement.
trans kids
To protect them from what? Themselves, buddy, and chopping off their.
from society. I'm not saying children should be able to get
We need
access
to
to.
be protected.
Hey, buddy, chill out. Cortisol is going through the roof,
Shut up.
man. Chill out. Chill out.
Shut up.
Hey,
Shut up. We need to be protected.
you need to kind max right now, buddy.
56
You need to
by
kind. Hey, kind max for us, okay? Can you kind max? Can you stop crashing out, please? Thank you very much.
No,
So
because you pissed me.
I want to protect all children from harm. I know that you don't want to do that because you support a guy credibly accused by a minor in the Epstein files that's protecting PDFs in the Epstein files. So you don't give a shit about
He
protecting
redacted her
children.
statement. He redacted her statement, and that's been politically falsified from the documents.
Not true.
No credible sources.
Well, then why is the Trump administration scrubbing all the interviews
it's-
associated with the allegations targeted towards Trump from this credible victim that got a settlement with the Epstein estate?
Okay, dude, you're gonna silence my freedom of speech by muting me.
That's not freedom of speech because I'm a private company. What happened to freedom of association, buddy?
Oh, do you think insurance companies should be privatized?
No, I think that there's. I think, well, actually, let me clarify. They're already privatized.
Absolutely.
So, listen. They're already privatized, so we don't have to privatize them. I believe in a universal healthcare system and a public option, so that would still maintain public and private health insurance existing. So you wouldn't privatize what's already public, is what I would say.
But you yourself are a privatized company, so why can't other privatized companies do the same thing that you do? If you're so for anti-privatization of insurance companies, which Trump RX has been a great thing because we've seen medical.
Trump RX didn't do anything different than good RX. Okay, there's nothing new.
Insulin was $300, and now the low price of insulin is $50 through Trump's RX website.
It's $6 a vial in Canada, and they have a public healthcare system. So what I'm advocating for will reduce costs
50%
of
of Canada
healthcare.
isn't inhabitable.
That made no sense. So to even bring that up
You
in response
can't-
to what I just said.
It's too cold. The northern part of Canada is inhabitable, and
So
the
what's the
slim
relevance?
population.
What's the relevance?
You cannot compare us 50 state northern middle America with 50 states that has nothing but land that's inhabitable. We have a higher.
That made no fucking sense at all. Okay? We were talking about healthcare outcomes. We were talking about healthcare costs. Okay? What the fuck does it have to do with the habitableness of the land in Canada?
I know you've seen at the White House.
What does that have
press
to do with the habitability?
talk. Wait, what? Canada being too cold to actually inhabit that? Because like
In habitat.
it, wait, sorry,
So-
you cut out.
So again, what you said had nothing to do with what I was saying. I was talking about the fact that they have less costly insulin, and then you brought up how the 50% of Canada is uninhabitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's we have a significantly higher population than Canada.
So can't we just apply the public health care policy on a statewide level?
What do you mean?
So you're saying if we just gave the funding to the states, the states would be able to do it because they have smaller populations?
I think insurance companies and especially Obamacare was a bad thing for Americans. I think it exponentially raised the cost of healthcare costs.
No, that was actually private healthcare that does that. So a public healthcare system like what they have in Canada would be cheaper. They actually spend almost half as much per individual as what we spend here in the United States. Did you know that?
What?
They spend almost half as what we do here in the United States in Canada, and they have better
On
average
their
health
healthcare?
outcomes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, we have a higher population and more.
I'm saying per capita,
we have
genius.
We have a bigger. Or now you believe in per capita, but you don't believe it in the crime statistics, don't you?
I
That's
do believe
real
in crime
convenient.
statistics. You just don't apply them to men.
Do you believe?
just-
I don't.
I also think that you're not taking into account over policing, like I mentioned earlier, in terms of the fact that white and black people they smoke M drug at the same rate, and yet they still have that black people are imprisoned and sentenced for it and convicted of it 4 times to a higher extent. So that's called over policing and over criminalization, and not actually like the fact that they're doing it to a greater extent. And also, in terms of men make up over 90% of violent crime. Are you willing to make the same claims about men in general that you are willing to make about black people? You racist
women
fuck?
kill their husbands. Women kill their husbands more than men kill their wives.
What's your source?
That is from literally any source you want in existence.
Oh, that's not a
Like,
specific source. Would you like to provide the specific source for that?
yeah, look up. Anybody in the chat can look up the statistics on women
Yeah,
killing
I'm
their
asking you.
husbands.
Would you like to look it up and provide us a source, sir?
Yeah, let me real quick, okay? Because I'll fact check this live.
Yeah, go
in
for
front
it
of
real quick. 'Cause
6,000
seemingly
people.
you're just giving us a
What-
trust me, bro.
Okay,
right now,
so
sir.
I'm gonna say, do women?
Sir, just go ahead and look it up
Kill
and do so
their
while you're quiet because I don't want to hear your
husbands
voice. It's kind of a little bit annoying.
More.
Daniel, thank you so much for the $7. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ask him if Kirk contributed to society. He'd probably say yes. Stacy, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for
I got it
Stacy in
for
the
you.
comment section
Women
right now.
committed a
Thank you so much,
substantially
Stacy. I
more-
really appreciate it. Stacy, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know the guest is
I
so
got you
insecure.
your
It's
source, buddy.
unbelievable. Thank you so much. Hector, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Hector. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. For this guy is so jealous of you. I know, right? He's so jealous of me. It's ridiculous. He wishes he was me, honestly. Allison, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know, right? He's really ridiculous. He's really ridiculous. Georgia, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much. He said, why is he so obsessed with knowing your income? I know, right? It's really embarrassing. I think it's because he feels insecure and he's jealous. Connor, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, it's getting a bit ridiculous. As well as Natalia, thank you so much for the $15 on PayPal. Thank you so much. And Alex with the $250 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Alex in the comment section right now for the $250 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate it. Seriously, W's for Alex in the comment section right now for supporting me through the fake donation and the grift. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Paisley, thank you so much for the $14 for the Trust Me Bro College Fund. Thank you so much. Lady Sorella, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. That is very true. Thank you. And it's 6 in Canada. Rebecca, thank you for the $20 for the Keep Grifting. Thank you very much. King Typho, thank you so much for the $5 for the grift. Malachi, thank you so much for the 5 membership subscriptions. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And all right, MAGA 102, can you say thank you to all the donors, especially Alex? Can you say thank you to Alex for the $250?
Paint your ceilings. It would be better for society.
My ceiling?
Your liberal, idiotic, deranged syndrome fans. Every single one of them.
Well, I mean, Alex,
1D600, bro.
Alex,
Come
hey,
get
hey,
it,
dude,
bro.
hey, dude, Alex
South
is,
Miami, Florida.
hey, dude,
South
Alex is an MD. So I don't know why you just said that about Alex.
MD.
Alex is
Who's
an MD.
What does MD mean, Matt? What's an MD?
A medical doctor.
Oh, okay. Well, if he supports you, obviously that's not
So you know what?
terrible.
I think this is just reflective of how you're a fucking dumbass, and not actually
I think
reflective of
you're a
us.
dumbass. I think you're a dumbass, Parker. That's how you sound, though, bro. And go hit the bar, go smoke a cigarette, and go see what America.
Well, it sounds like you are crashing out right now because you got dog walked in the debate.
Okay, can I give you the source about this?
Yeah, what's your source,
women?
buddy?
Yeah, okay. So I just looked up do women kill their husbands more? And it says women committed a substantially larger portion of spousal homicides in the United States than elsewhere.
And what's the
So
source?
I would rather
What's
choose
the
a
title
bear
of the
over a
source?
wife. Give me a bear over a wife because I don't want my wife
What's the
killing me
title of the
because she wants
source?
to sleep with another man.
And of course you'd rather engage in bestiality than be with women. We understand
Office
that you're an
of
incel.
Justice program. No, I'm not Islamic.
Of course
I
you'd
don't
rather
believe in,
engage in bestiality. We
marrying-
understand that.
marrying
We understand
goats.
that. But can you
I don't
can you
believe in
engage?
marrying goats
Can
in this
wait?
country
Can you
of
engage with the point that I
Christianity.
just made?
What?
What's the
What
title?
point? You
What
haven't
is the
made
title?
one single point.
Hey, dude. What is the title?
Title fight.
No, what's the title, dude?
You like title fight?
He can't tell us the title. I understand that
Title
you're not
is,
tracking the
Office of
conversation,
Justice
and he's
Programs.
probably an Andrew Tate fan
Who
and
kills
an
women?
incel.
Who kills whom in spouse killings?
So what's
Dude,
the title?
So women are like
What is the title?
So this is Office of Justice Programs.gov.
Yeah, what's the
Who
title?
kills?
He
Oh
doesn't
my God,
know what a
I said it
title is of a
1,000
document.
times, buddy.
So let me let you know. It's the big text at the top of the page. Can you tell us what the big text at the top of the page is?
How many times are you gonna make me repeat myself in point of your deflection?
I'm not asking you for the URL. I'm asking you for the big text at the top of the screen, sir.
This is a government website, man.
Yeah, and I'm not asking you for the URL. I'm
ready?
asking you for
Ready?
the
Do I
big
gotta-
text at the top of the screen.
Since I'll admit when talking to you leftists, I have to tone down my you guys are on a
So he can't tell me the text at the top of the screen. I know it's hard for you to find the title at the top
let
of
me
the
slow
screen,
this down.
but just go ahead and tell me the
Who
big text at the top of the
kills
screen that you're looking
who?
at.
You're yapping right now. Who kills whom in spouse killings? Women committed a substantially larger portion of spousal homicides in the United States than elsewhere. You can blame that on feminism and think, and probably the freaked up medication and birth control that they're popping left and right, like Percocets, and maybe along with the amounts of abortion that they get. I know women who get 5 abortions.
nothing to
it
do with
seems
this.
they get.
You know women who have had 5 abortions? Bullshit. 1. 2, are you still friends with them?
How's that? Absolutely not. I disclaimed and I reported them.
So
to
then
the
you
police
don't know
department.
them. You reported it
it's
to the
illegal.
police?
Yes, I did because it's illegal.
You're so
to-
cringe, dude. You reported someone to the police for getting an abortion. What a
Yes,
cringe
I did, and I'll do it
motherfucker.
again. I love doing it because I do that, and then I go to my local Home Depot and I call.
So
and
you
I
love
add
just
the ICE
controlling women.
agent.
So you love forcing women to do things they don't want to do?
Absolutely, dude. Why?
Oh, so
This
you
is
like
our
forcing
country,
women to do
bro.
things they don't want to do. Is that what you just said?
If it's against the constitutional rights of life, then unfortunately you gotta grow a pair of balls and be a man sometimes. Like when traditionalism ran in this country. we
Actually,
had the
hey, if you
best
look this up,
American patriots.
Hey, if you look this up, according to Our World and Our Data and the Office of Justice Programs, actually, most are men.
Most
Men actually are 4 times more likely to be perpetrators of intimate partner homicide.
I'm reading a government source, buddy. Are you reading a
So
.com?
yeah, I think you're actually completely wrong here, buddy.
No, it says about 75 women kill their husbands. Women committed a substantially larger.
Yeah, I'm
portion.
actually looking at this from the Bureau of Justice Statistics right now, and men are more likely.
You're lucky I don't have live access because I'd show you the source right here. But everybody donate to me so I can outgrift this grifter.
Oh, you're
And
just
yeah.
this is what I mean. You just want to
Thank you
be
for
me.
the 74 token.
Do you see how he just wants to be me? Do you see what I mean? So, by the way, what you're looking at is apparently an
rather
outdated thing
jump
from
off-
1992. What we're looking at is actually recent data that indicates that men are more likely to engage in this violence.
Psychology, and this was in 2015. Psychology Today: 70% of wives kill their husbands. God,
You said 70% of wives kill their husbands?
That's from Psychology Today.
You're stupid as fuck. Obviously, 70% of wives do not kill their husbands. You're an idiot. You're a dumbass. This guy actually thinks 70% of wives are killing their husbands. This guy's fucking delusional. Dude, I can't believe you just said that on the live stream. And genuinely, you can't read. You don't even know what you were reading.
You genuinely can't.
You genuinely
be a
can't
good
read.
fucking
You're not
person,
even
man.
literate.
I'm more literate than your left testicle, buddy.
Yeah, because left testicles can't be literate, dumbass. What the fuck
Right.
is wrong with you? What does literate mean?
I don't know.
What does
But
literate mean?
seriously, why do you think?
Wait, no,
this
wait. Can you tell me
country-
what literate means?
It's when you physically cannot read to the highest.
No,
standard of
literate
your
means you
ability.
can read.
Oh, I
Illiterate
thought you
means you
said
can't read.
illiterate.
Oh my
I thought
god,
you said
no!
illiterate.
He doesn't know the difference between literate and illiterate, Chad. Oh no, oh
I'm
no.
talking to a void right now.
Oh no, dude. This guy's
God, you're
not
such a
smart.
void.
How many
Such a
branches of
void.
government are there, buddy?
There is 3 branches of government.
And what are they?
They are the executive, legislative, and judicial.
And name the 2 aspects of the legislative branch.
Aspects.
2 main
of the-
aspects.
I think it's. I never said I'm a government major, bro. Like
You
I
don't need to be a
I'm
government
your
major. I learned
local
this in
person.
6th grade or
Yes, you
5th
do,
grade.
bro. Because it has no.
I learned this in
convenience
5th
my
grade. These are the
personal
3
life.
fucking. These are the 3 branches of government. I'm asking you the 2 main aspects of the legislative branch.
I know judicial is checks and balances. Executive.
What?
Executive is what's it called? Where presidents sign executive orders.
Oh god.
So
Oh
is
god.
legislative,
Oh
like,
god.
when they
Oh
pass
god.
the
Oh
bills or
god. Oh
something?
god.
Inform me if you're so. If
Oh
you're so
god. Oh god. Oh god.
knowledgeably smart. Inform me, please. It doesn't change the fact. Nothing today that you've said has changed the fact of what I've said that was wrong.
Yes.
Except when
Well,
I'm
there are
asking
many
you
things
to
that you just said were
inform
wrong, and
me
I'll explain. I'll
because-
explain. I'll explain.
Yeah,
I'll
go
explain
ahead,
because
go
you didn't
ahead,
learn.
go
You
ahead.
know.
Floor is yours.
Because you're not smarter than a 5th
Floor is
grader.
yours.
Because you're not smarter than a 5th grader, I'll explain it to you right
Floor
now. I
is
got
yours,
you.
buddy.
So the 2 main aspects of the legislative branch are the House and the Senate. I know, very complicated. I know that it was too much to ask for you. You have to be a quote-unquote government major in order to know that. I apologize. Too much to ask for you. I understand.
Okay, how many
so
Supreme
the-
Court
yeah,
justices
so the
are there, Parker?
There's 9.
Okay, how many
so-
House of Representatives?
435.
Okay, look, you researched
many
your
senators
stuff,
are there?
obviously. 200?
There's 100 senators. Oh my God.
100.
Jesus Christ, dude. this
There,
guy.
wait, no, isn't there 200 because there's one
No.
100 from the left and right?
No.
Is that not how it works?
No, that's not how it works.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
So I was 100 off. Wow.
Oh
Big,
yeah,
big
so
deal.
that's 50%, bro. Ashley, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you for the tinfoil hat. Thank you. Tolga, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $50. Or $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so since you
Give
know
some
so
W's
much
for them in the
about
comment section.
government-
Paige, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Jessica, thank you for the $10. Tania, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Jacob, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the $1. When he said paint your ceiling, he was telling you to unalive yourself. Was that what you were saying? Was that what you were saying? Were you intentionally telling me to unalive myself?
What do you mean?
When you said to paint your ceiling, were you telling me to unalive myself? Push the fireworks.
That's just what your fans say to every
No,
other.
Hey, dude, no, I'm actually,
I-
if that wasn't your intention, I'm not gonna hold you accountable. I'm asking, was that your intention when you said that?
Oh no, I meant like actually do a hobby, like paint your ceiling,
Who paints their ceiling?
which would be anybody who went to New Ceiling Co.
So, I actually right now I'm not
Duh.
believing you
And you should
because
probably
it
paint your
doesn't sound like
ceiling.
you're being
You
genuine.
should,
So why did you
you
laugh?
should about what?
So why did you laugh when you said it?
Paint your ceiling,
Yeah, why do you think that's okay to say to people?
dude. What do you think your fans say, bro? Your fans say the most heinous stuff.
Yeah, and by the way, anything that someone says, I would be able to critique. The reason why I say this is because you shouldn't go around saying that to people because there are people who actually have dealt with this. And by the way,
Yeah.
I'm okay now, but I have dealt with that in the past.
Did you get on subscription or pillows or something?
No, I didn't actually. But
So,
I have dealt
how
dealt with
did you go
ideation in the
through
past,
that?
and I don't think that you should go around saying that to people.
I meant in a construction time, go do a hobby, paint
No,
your ceiling.
can you just acknowledge that what you did was wrong? Just at this point, acknowledge what you did was wrong.
No,
Like, you-
seriously though, if
I
you're gonna
think I
spread
think you
false,
can I think you can
if
say
you're gonna
something like
spread
that.
false propaganda online for your political gain, definitely paint your ceiling completely red and full of your yeah, just full of your pride and joy that you spread, because it's a traitor to do that.
So are you telling me because I'm liberal and I'm engaging in debates online, I should unalive myself? Is that what you just told me to do?
That's what y'all did to Charlie Kirk, man. It's what y'all did to Charlie Kirk. Y'all
I acknowledged that that was murder, and I never said he deserved that, and I said it was wrong from the very beginning. I was 30 to 40 feet away when that happened.
You said Charlie Kirky popping perkies, and
That's not
let's
what
not
I
get
ever
into
said.
that. That is
Never once said that.
inhumane. So you cannot have moral.
One, I never said that. Two, I was 30 to 40 feet away when Charlie Kirk was murdered.
And
And-
you said what did you say about his neck? Something you said something about his neck. Don't lie.
I didn't.
You
That was
said my
so that was an out of context clip. I was
you
talking,
said my neck hurts.
Yeah, that was
That
talking
is,
to
you
that was not talking about Charlie Kirk's death. That was
you
talking to
condemn
someone.
that.
By the way, I was not talking about Charlie Kirk's death. I was talking about specifically someone pivoting in the conversation. I would not say that about his death. Again, I was 30 to 40 feet away, and I still deal with issues today where when I go into public, where I think about the fact that there could possibly be a person who's going to shoot because of the fact that that happened, and I still deal with situations relating to that.
Well,
I clearly wouldn't
keep
make a
happening.
joke about that.
It's going to keep happening when your fascist left Antifa party keeps going around.
What does Antifa
gunsing in
mean?
our schools. It's supposedly anti-fascist, but that.
So fascist, anti-fascist. That's called a contradiction, you dumbass.
Well, it's your party that's going around assassinating political
No, it's
podcasters.
not. No, it's not. I do
It's-
not think that's justified.
There's
Everyone
been
in the stop talking. Everyone in the Democratic Party who's running for office has condemned this. Donald Trump himself called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders. Your side is the one literally calling for violence, not my side.
Okay, so if Britain, for an example, if Britain.
And go fuck yourself. Shut up. Rebel, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I was
Thank
going to
you.
make a
Get some
really
de-
good point.
Can we get go fuck yourself? Rebel, thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Emily, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know the guess is really fucking stupid. Like really fucking stupid. Allison, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much again, Allison. I really appreciate it. Paige, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. That's true. Exactly. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Marlia, thank you so much for the $2 as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'm glad that I can be there for you as well. I really appreciate it. And I'm so sorry you deal with that. Just know that you always have community here. As well as Tania, thank you so much for the $3. And Jessica, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Mama Lisa, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. They said, that's not a joke. My little brother did that in 2016. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mama Lisa. I'm so sorry. Just know that you have community here and you have people here that love you and that support you, and that this person is not reflective of what people should do and only reflective of literally the absolute hate, bigotry, and division that MAGA is causing in this country.
We've seen 56 transgenders shoot other kids, and we've seen 9 people be killed by ICE. So,
What's your source that 56 trans people have done that? What's your source?
you want to get fact checked in front of 6,000 people. It's hilarious to me.
Go ahead. What's your source?
So, because you can hold your high moral ground higher than me, but when you were cracking jokes about somebody who got assassinated by
I
a
didn't do that.
far left leaning individual,
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. You're lying.
You did, dude.
No,
and
I didn't.
You know it, and Dean does it all the time. It's disgusting.
Neither of us did that.
It's
Us like laughing at the Charlie Kirk song, the We Are Charlie Kirk song, is laughing at people calling themselves Charlie Kirk, not us laughing at Charlie Kirk's death. You are literally making this up in order to be able to project because you guys are the ones calling for violence. You're crashing out on the live stream and making things up because you dislike me. You're grifting on the live stream right now. You don't actually believe that because there's no evidence to substantiate that at all.
So you
Amber,
don't
think of the
believe that
galaxy.
you don't believe that the far left party has had a rise within the last 30 years of political violence? Do you believe that?
Connor, thank you for the whale diving. I think most of political violence committed in this country is committed by the right wing. Has there been a
It's
rise?
not
in
true
the,
though. It's because
It is.
it's
That's
per
based on
capita
FBI
for
data.
one. And if you don't want to even look at crime
So wait, what was your
statistics in
source
inner
for the
cities-
56? What was the source for the 56?
I had a better topic about what George Washington
No,
would do
no.
for people who don't.
Provide your source, or I'm going to kick you. Provide your source, or you will get kicked.
Can you give me 1 second while you
Yes, I
drift?
will give you a second.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Sarah, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much on Venmo, by the way. Thank you, Sarah. as well as Barbie. Thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for speaking about your own mental health the other day. I lost my firstborn at 26 on what was it, July 21st, 2019 due to mental illness. Never quit. Well, thank you so much, Barbie. I really appreciate it. And, you know, it took me a long time to talk about it because honestly, like there's a lot of stigma associated with it, and it, you know, from a man's perspective, and I'm just saying it from my perspective, really. You internalize those things because of how society socialized it, and you don't really feel like you can talk about those things because you almost view it as a weakness from your own perspective. And you know, it's important to know that it's not a weakness. And I didn't really feel like I had the ability to talk about it before, and I didn't want to because I felt like it was viewed that way. And I think that's part of my own fight, specifically with how I'm socialized and how it's limited me from being able to have those communications and conversations with people around me. And that's something I was actually talking to Matt about recently. Because we had a conversation recently kind of about our emotions and our state of mind and how everything is going. And, you know, I kind of reflected upon the fact that, you know, it's not as common that I have those types of conversations. And, you know, that's the thing because I'm socialized as a man in our society, and literally we're taught to internalize that. You know, I also thought about it because, like, that was why I was unwilling to go to therapy in the beginning, too. I was unwilling to go to therapy. I thought it wouldn't provide me any benefit. I thought there would be no benefit at all. And I think that's also because I was unwilling to engage in those conversations. I thought it would be, you know, evidence of weakness. And I think being vulnerable, you know, in my mind was viewed that way. And it took me a lot of strength to be able to see past that. So I actually think if anything, it shows strength to be able to talk about these things, obviously in a meaningful way and not like I'm, you know, just dumping on everyone, but I'm bringing it up in like an educational format in a context like that where it makes sense to do so. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. Vivian, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much for mental health. Mental illness is an illness just like cancer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Vivian. Thank you so much. Many people overlook that and they act like it's not as important because of the fact that it's mental and it's something that they can't see physically. And it's really hard for a lot of people who don't deal with, you know, things mentally to be able to see that because it's something that they haven't experienced themselves or that they can't visualize or see. So unless they have someone that they've known or someone they've seen who's dealt with it, it's hard for them to visualize it that way. And Dean's going to join up for a few seconds. I do have to get going here very soon.
Yo, let's go. This day can't get any better.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even look at this guy's profile picture before I joined. Why
Dean
does he...
Steen is here, y'all.
Yeah, he's obsessed with you. He thinks you're a grifter, Dean.
Meet Mr. Dean
dude, I didn't even know what I was walking into. I just like got done
Mr. Dean Steen.
a video and like I'm about to eat, and I thought that while I ate, I'd join. This guy's obsessed
I do
with me.
have to get off after this guest, by the way. Just letting you know. So, it'll be here pretty soon because it's my girlfriend's birthday and I'm celebrating it with her.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna be
man.
getting going.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Dude, look at these great tacos.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
They're like they're leftovers from yesterday, but they're pork. They're from a local person that makes tacos, and they're so good.
Let me see if I can put it on the screen.
Okay, let me try to get one out. It's all glitched out. Oh,
Here, let me
there you go.
expand.
Look at that beautiful taco, man.
Oh, they look really good. They do look really good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show it on the YouTube.
Oh, okay, I'll hold it here so you can show it on the YouTube.
The YouTube can see.
Yeah.
They look really good.
Okay, well, I got you that trans shooter that's killed more people than
What's the
ISIS
title?
here. So this is from New York Post. It says transgender mass shooting bring trans gun groups into focus. Armed queers don't get bashed. And this is just your pretty much ICE
Trans
level
shooting brings
threats.
what?
This is pretty much your ICE level. This is pretty much your ISIS level threats.
You're not
because
listening. Shut up with your propaganda.
trans are
I'm asking
doing a
you
coup,
what the.
which is
Shut
illegal.
up, dude. Hey, stop propagandaing right now. I'm asking for the title for clarification.
Yeah. So so we have on February 10th,
It's
18-year-old
wait.
transgender.
Hey! The title.
Okay, yeah. I already gave you that. If you could
Then do it again because I
listen.
didn't fully get it. I have to type it
Okay,
out.
so transgender. Okay, ready? On New York Post.
Yeah.
Transgender mass shooters bring trans gun groups into focus. Armed queers don't get bashed. And then they go through list of all these trans shooter like Jesse Van Rotslier that gunned down his own
Be
mother's
quiet. Be
stepbrother
quiet
before
now.
killing 6 others at a school.
Okay. Let's see. They said how. What was the number they said, chat?
So there's been over.
Wait, what was the number of
56
how many
individuals.
shooters specifically you said?
56. 56 people.
56. So I'm gonna
killed
go
roughly,
onto
but
it. Find on page 56. Did you hear that? I didn't find anything.
56.
So I'll
Because you
type it in
didn't look
again.
up the correct title, buddy. Buddy boy.
I'm on it right now.
So we already seen a higher left-wing attacks, right? I don't even need the.
I'm
you
on
know,
it right now. By
disprove
the way,
that.
there's nowhere it says 56 in the entire article.
Well, I mean, you off the top, we have 13 people dead just by the two names. So if we really want to go
You said 56
calculate the
trans people
article-
did this.
So 13, we have 6 right here from one shooter, and then we have another 4 from other. That we're already in the double digits there. And then on the post of, you just have all these cultists. You have all these transgender cultists calling for Armageddon and arming themselves with guns like ISIS group would do. And honestly, we need to call it out.
So by the way, his own stat says that his own source says that between 2013 and 2025, that trans shooters represented less than 0.1% of shootings.
Can I also just bring
I
up a
said
point
this
here?
year. I said
he said that some trans people are arming themselves with guns, and he said because they're arming themselves with guns, they're like ISIS. But when a white cis man arms himself with a gun, he is an American patriot expressing a Second Amendment. So I just find it funny. In one breath, you'll say that gun ownership is patriotic, and then in the next breath, gun ownership is terroristic.
when you're calling for
By the way, I have to go here in like a few minutes, so like this is gonna be the last point. But like,
yeah,
the
Dean,
point,
do you wanna bring me up on?
he probably will. So the point that I'm making is over the last 12 years, they made up less than 0.1%. That's disproportionately less comparative to the percentage
I
of the
said
population that they make
2025.
up.
Did I not? I
Hey.
said 2020.
Hey, I'm referencing specifically that they make up less than 0.1%, which is disproportionately less likely in the population.
People killed
So if
more.
your argument, shut the fuck up, dude. Genuinely, you cut me off one more time, I'm gonna kick you. Okay? It's not 56. There's no argument for that. It's 0.1%, which is disproportionately less likely. Actually, 10 times disproportionately less likely than the rest of the population. According to the percentage size of the population that they make up, they are 10 times less likely. Literally. So unmute yourself and acknowledge the fact that they are 10 times less likely as a percentage of the population to engage in shootings.
So I just pulled up another source from GLAD.
Okay, so acknowledge what I said,
Another
or I'm going
source.
to kick you. Acknowledge what I said, or I'm going to kick you.
What did you say? Because I have a source
Can
right
you
here.
acknowledge
Dan.
that they make up literally 10 times less as a percentage of the population in terms of the likelihood of engaging in these shootings? Because
I said from
they make up about
2025.
shut the fuck up. They make up 1% of the population, and they make up 0.1% of the shootings. If they make up 1% of the population and they make up 0.1% of the shootings, they are 10 times less likely as compared to the percentage of the population to engage in this. So given that you can acknowledge that, can you acknowledge right now that they are multiple times less likely to engage in these shootings? And if you do not acknowledge that, I will kick you.
You're gonna kick me for disagreeing?
No, because I do have to get off here, and you're not addressing my points.
I literally addressed and debunked every single claim you made.
Can you acknowledge what I just said?
I didn't say from 10 years study. I said from 2024 and 2025.
I'm not asking you what you said. Can you acknowledge what I just said?
I acknowledge that they commit 1% of, I guess, all shootings.
0.1%. So they're
that
10
doesn't-
times less likely as a percentage of the population to engage in this. So can you admit that?
But I never said that. I said from 2025.
Can you admit that
more
trans
have been
people?
killed.
Can you
More
admit
people
that
have-
trans people are 10 times as likely as a percentage of the population to
No.
do that?
No, because studies can change.
Okay, well you're just wrong. All right, Dean, I have to get off. It's my girlfriend's birthday, so
No
otherwise I would
worries.
be sending you a raid, bro.
No worries. Please give me and my girlfriend's best birthday wishes to Marge. And for everybody watching, I'm going to be on here in the next 20 minutes on TikTok and YouTube at Dean Withers. Just got to finish eating first. But enjoy the rest of your day and have fun celebrating your girlfriend's birthday. Take care.
Of course, appreciate you, man. Alrighty, everyone, I'm going to get off right now. Thank you, everyone, for coming through. By the way, before I get off, the little dog shop, thank you for the $100. Thank you so much. I will be doing that. Thank you so much. Put some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Kenny, by the way, thank you for the $8. Mary, thank you for the $2. Fossey, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. I do have to get off right now. I do apologize, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming through. I'm going to be posting videos. I'll literally see if I can try to do it. I don't even know if I'll be able to get them out quick enough. But I love y'all. Have a good day, everyone.